up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all the chickens be always
subject, I was doing my quiet time this morning. Well, I heard this, Alexa, why am I always screaming? That's just the New York in me. The New York in me would just be screaming over the loudest music instead of just lowering the fucking music. It is. I be just screaming all the fucking time, and I don't realize how loud I be. It's a little quick Victoria's. I just be screaming. Good thing ain't nobody in this damn house. They be like, why you so loud? And then it's like I'm screaming into the phone as if me screaming any louder will make you hear me any harder. Good for you, Jay. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm giving you motivation, Jay. I'm glad I'm giving you motivation. That's what I'm here for. Whatever turns you on. I mean, it'd be nice if you actually got some real action. So I was listening to Alexa Volume 2. So I was scrolling through TikTok and I was listening to an interview with Angie Martinez. Angie Martinez was interviewing Keisha Cole, right? And I guess she was asking Keisha Cole for some dating advice because, you know, Keisha Cole be having the worst fucking luck when it comes to men. So Angie Martinez had told her that she got some good advice from a not a life coach, but like what is it called? Like a matchmaker, from a matchmaker. And the matchmaker, Alexa, Volume 3. So the matchmaker told her, well, I asked her, I don't know. Because I didn't think Angie Martinez had a good luck with men either. But the life coach told her that they, not the life coach, what did I say? The dating, whatever the fuck, matchmaker, said that you have to find 3 core values and look for those 3 core values in the person that you want to meet, right? So I was thinking about, so when I actually like wrote it down, really thought about it, I was like, okay, so my 3 core values in a person has to be God, community, and independence. Those are my 3 core values that I like in a person. And then I realized every person I've been with never had those 3 qualities. So I'm like, well, maybe she got something to that. Maybe she got something to what that theory is. So I was thinking about, so I was also doing my quiet time, and it was talking about seeking God, right? And the game hide and seek. So when we play hide and seek, right? Do you like to be the one that likes to hide, or you're the person that likes to be it? You like to seek the people. You like to try to find the people. So I was thinking about that with this whole core values thing, and I was thinking about, like, do we just sit back and wait for the person to come to us, or do we actively seek the person with these core values? That's what I was thinking about today. I be thinking a lot early in the morning. It's my best time early in the morning. And then this honey's got to. Alexa, Volume 3. I don't know. Right, I know. It's the first thing in the morning. I like to get myself reading, researching. So I Google the word seek, right? And it's to actively find something. So I think a lot of people, we don't actively find it. A lot of times we just give up. I'm honestly about to go back on this stupid ass Facebook dating app shit. I'm about to go. I really don't want to, because I've noticed, like, people, my version of dating is different version. People date intentionally. I don't date intentionally. I just date to have a good fucking time. I know, Sunni, I know, but it's just like I need somebody to talk to. So it's like the lack of conversations that I have with men is fucking ridiculous. But because these men are intentionally wanting to have fucking wives, and I don't want to be a wife. I did that already. I just want to have a good time with somebody. So I'm thinking about this, going back on it, pretending like I want to be a wife, so at least they could try to impress me. Because a lot of times these men don't even want to try to impress me, because I gotta fit their fucking checklist. Do you want to get married? Check. Do you know how to cook? Check. So if I figured if I just play the fucking game with these stupid ass fucking men, then maybe I can actually have a good conversation with them. Girl, I do all the fucking time, Sunni. And it's like they don't want that. They like my boundaries. Don't get me. They like that I'm honest. They do like that I'm honest, but it doesn't get me far. It really doesn't, because they don't want to fuck. They don't want to fuck. I don't know what's wrong with them? Why they don't want to fuck? It's like all of a sudden they got boundaries and they got standards and shit like that. It was just like, why these men got standards all of a sudden? But you know what it is? I think that's all a front. I really think is that their penises don't work anymore, and that's the reason why they like to pretend like they want to get married, so they got something to offer other than their penis, because they can't offer penis anymore because their penises don't work.
You know what? I think that part is true because a lot of the guys that you're gonna try to date now are older.
Right.
So yeah, they could be suffering from that you're gonna try to date now are older.
Right.
So yeah, they could be suffering from that ED.
I mean, because that's what I've noticed. They want to have their life partners.
There's so many people you can use nowadays.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say yeah, but it's just like, but it's not as proactive. They have to be proactive with that stuff, so they have to like take that shit in advance. It's not like you breathe on it and it gets hard. Now it's like they have to, like their mind. They tell me that they have to be emotionally invested in order for their penises to work.
Oh Lord. Well, I mean, I think that if you like. Make it really clear what your boundaries are, then it's like, okay, you get this doing or you don't. Like me, I just like whatever, and I'm gonna live my life. If you're gonna be like riding behind me, okay, then tag along, but don't be saying nothing, don't ask nothing, don't do nothing, don't. It's just like when you do your kids when they're about to go into school, and you be like, nah, well, this year, you know what I mean? So that's the same thing when you're dealing with a dude. You got like, now, first of all, if you're gonna tag along, don't start no crap. Don't be asking for nothing. Don't think that I'm doing nothing. You're gonna do what I want to do, or you're not gonna do nothing.
Okay, so and I get that too. So does that work for you? Because then you got those type of men. It's just like, well, they work too much. So then you got the men that have invested so much in working. They're all thinking about is money, 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 money. They don't got the time to travel or go outside.
Oh, come on now. First of all, Adrian, you gotta understand, Sunni is a traveler. So if they know me or know anything about me, I don't care what you're doing. That's the number one. You need to be ready to go. If you ain't ready to go, then don't hold me back and don't be crying when I'm gone.
So is that one of your like core values? Is that the person has to like to travel?
For me, yeah. I mean, you gotta at least like to travel, because if you can't, then guess what? You're gonna be like, oh, you ain't got no time for me, blah blah blah. You always going, blah, blah. Look, I don't got time for that. You know that when you signed up, that was a part of it. That's a part of the contract. Period.
Exactly. And so, okay, so do you find these men though?
There are some out there. I just don't rock with nobody. That's my issue. Like I don't be trying to deal with it. I be like, yeah, whatever.
It's too much work, right?
It's a lot of work. Then you get the ones that's finally, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, but now they got a little kid somewhere. 5 to 10, bro. 5 to 10 is like a life sentence for you. You know what? You ain't gonna make it because you still got at least 8 years before your kid is out your house and then out your pocket after college. So you got 4 more years from there. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got no time.
Listen, I had a man the other day tell me, now he's 50 years old, just as old as I am. He had the nerve to tell me that he wanted to have a baby with me. I almost dropped my fucking coffee. I couldn't believe that shit. I said, why the fuck would you want to do this all over again?
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
All over. I mean, you know what? I love kids. I'm not going to lie. I love kids. So if I found the perfect dude, I mean, like when I say perfect, I mean like totally rich, because I'm not going to be home. I'm not going to be home with that baby. That baby going to be home with the babysitter, the nanny, whatever. Look, baby, you can come with me, but we going to be gone.
Are you from Florida? Because the way I love it.
Yeah. Everybody be like, John was like, y'all just alike. I was like, no, we don't. And then I'll be listening to you. I was like, no, we don't. And then I'll be listening to you. I'll be laughing. I'll be like, yeah, she is like me. I am like that. Whatever. And John be like,
is that up north accent? The up north being loud and just proud, loud and proud, and there's nothing coy about us. We are very upfront with what we want. What we say is what it is. We ain't trying to be bashful about stuff. So that's I love that about us. I love it about us, but I hate it at the same time because I feel like my mother told me that. Well, she told me this as I got older, that she wished that she didn't raise me to be so not, I want to say aggressive. And the word she actually did use was smart. She was just like, because when you smart and you know a lot of things, like men don't like smart women. They like women who don't know nothing. So they be like, okay, you can do it, you can do it. And those are the women who get these men that we looking for.
Well, I think what it is, it's not that they don't look at the woman as not being smart and they go for them. And it's not that they dumb and they can't deal with us. I think what it is that they are the weakest link. At that point, it's like, it's not going to offer any resistance. So if it's not going to offer any resistance, hey, I'm going to go with that, because I'm not going to be ready to do something and somebody check me like they your mother or whatever. Did you fix this? Did you fix that? Did you make sure you put this away? You know what I mean? Something like that. They like, right? You ain't my mom. Okay, but you acting like you need a mother.
Right? Yeah. I was listening to a live the other day, and there was a man. Of course, these stupid ass lives. This man was talking about, women, and it was I think the topic was about, how women break down men, right? So I'm trying to figure out, how can a woman actually break down a man? And they were just like, because the way that you guys talk to us will break us down. I'm like, well, to an insecure man, it will actually break you down, because if you know who you are, nothing. And then it's just like, but why am I being loud to you? And then I'm like, why y'all men even worrying about? Because we need to teach you. You ain't my daddy. You can't teach me shit.
Right?
If I'm gonna change, I want to change for myself, not because somebody told me to change.
That part. And it's not a bad thing. It's not like I'm trying to change you. It's just I am who I am, and you are who you are. At the end of the day, you can understand who I am, and we can work together.
Right. Well, she got a call. Good morning, Trey. So let me ask you, now, because I know for me, right? I only probably had maybe 2 men in my life who I didn't have to be in that energy with. Have you ever been with somebody that you didn't have to be so, I want to say, I hate the word aggressive, but they call it aggressive when we're, speak our opinion, speak our mind. Have you ever been in like that soft girl era? Have you ever been around a man that just made you just really like soft, and you're like, whatever you say, baby, I don't care.
Yeah, it's very few, but yeah.
Right.
It's very few. Because it's like you just said, it's about being who you are. And I just want to be who I am. So it's kind of hard for a person to just, they'll say, I ain't bowing down to no woman. Well, I'm not asking you to bow down to me. Never said it. But I think it's the point where they got to understand that it's not about bowing down. It's just about, if you on the same page, we're going to feel the same way. That's why I like a person.
If you're compatible with each other.
Yes. And on top of it, we got to have a lot of commonalities, because at the end of the day, I'm going to end up doing what I do, and then you're going to be sitting there trying to figure out,
sexy mama. Ow.
I realized my picture was real small and yours is all big. I was like, let me put my picture
If I put my bathing suit picture up, then they really gonna be saying all these crazy ass men on TikTok coming.
That's all right. Throw them up there. Look, throw them up there.
We listen. That's how we have a good time. Because honestly, I like a crazy ass man. That's the fucking problem too. That's the toxicity in me.
That's another thing. It's a different kind of crazy, though. It's a different kind of crazy. It's one crazy when it's like, oh, girl, I'm feeling you, blah, blah, blah. But it's crazy like, yo, I don't want nobody else to be feeling you, and nobody better than I. You're like, you're doing too much. That's not the crazy I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for nothing. It's like, I just want to be who I am. If you happen to stumble upon me, or I stumble upon you, and we're on the same page, then that could work. But I ain't looking. You know what I mean? Did I lose your signal, or did you lose my signal? Or I think I probably lost my signal.
No. I was trying to find a picture to match you. Wait, I can't find
legs. You got legs.
Wait, look, I got the stupid ass this door. I can't listen. I'm fucking big. I'm dog sitting. My homegirl went away for the week, and so she gave me her dog. She told me asked me if I could watch her dog.
Hey, puppy. Now, what kind of dog was that? Is that a Doberman? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. It's a Doberman. I guess it's a Doberman. Dobermans are the ones that have no tail, right?
Well, I mean, I guess they do have a tail initially, but they cut them. It's
on a man. Not well, I don't know. I don't want it on a man. I want it on the dog. Dogs need to have tails. So this dog was weird without foreskin.
Okay, so question: have you ever dated somebody that did, and then you see it, it's like, ew? No wonder they cut that thing off.
Back in the days, like when I was younger, and I guess because I was in New York, right? So, and yeah, and I guess when I was younger too, I dated more Hispanic men. So I think I noticed that a lot of Hispanic men are not circumcised. Yeah.
We allowed to say that, right? Because I don't want to be getting banana.
Girl, I have no idea.
But you see, I don't do live no more because every time I turn around, I'm getting some violation for no reason. And John be like, "What did you do now?" And I'm like, "I didn't do nothing."
I try really hard to try to watch my mouth, but it just I haven't watched my mouth in 50 years. All of a sudden I'm gonna start. That's the reason why I don't understand how these men feel like they can sit there and change the way that I speak or how I am. It's just like I can't. Why do I have to? And at the end of the day, if I get a violation, then I have another page. I'm not gonna say and worry about it too much. Okay, so but what was the question you asked me before that though? Before I started changing my picture. Was it about the foreskin?
I think I was saying to you in reference to that. I'm like, it's like I've never really I've only come across it like twice or whatever, but I really haven't dated a lot of Hispanic men or whatever.
Were those men Hispanic?
Yeah, I think you said most of them that you dealt with that have had has been
right. So the ones that you dealt with, were they Hispanic?
No, I think I think about it. Because I had to think about it when I say date, like, because people think about dating. To me, dating is literally that word.
Me too, Sunny. It's like a date, like March 30th, 1976 is a date. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not meaning that it's a lifetime commitment.
That part. It's a courting situation like back in the day when you used to have two people jousting for you and they go, what do you call it? Unalive each other on a horse to try to win your honor or whatever. Nah, I don't want you to do all that.
Right.
I want you to enjoy yourself and be you and let me get to know you and like be genuine and have that feeling. If we're not on the same page after you've been talking to me for 15 minutes, or I don't want to spend more time with you after we've been talking for 30 minutes and we want to
no, okay, and I'm so glad you're on the same page with me with that because people be thinking I'm bugging when I be like, listen, I'd rather have a coffee date than a regular date. Like I don't need a fucking steak meal. A coffee date would do me just fine because it gives me time to just you didn't invest too much in this, I didn't invest too much in this, and we don't, and we could, the first 15 minutes I could see if I'm gonna want to have an hour with you or 2 hours with you. She got me on pause. Good morning, Big Chill. Good morning, sexy. I'm putting my bathing suit picture. There she is. There you go. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time. What happened? Never mind. I can't tell you. Let's just say I'm taking a walk outside. So because I'm walking,
I heard the GPS earlier. So
let me turn that off.
I already knew that you was traveling because I was just like, turn right on me or something like that. I was like, okay, she's traveling.
Yeah, nah, I'm walking.
Oh, you're walking. Yes, you're walking early in the morning.
Yeah, you got to get your walk on. So I'm trying to, when I'm walking, I'll be trying to make sure that I can see everything around me. So yeah, that part. Look, don't get me in trouble again with John. But
don't worry about it. I won't get you in trouble because I'm always in the same trouble as you as well. I'm sorry, I had to go show I had to say good morning to my Big Chill. Do you know who Big Chill is? He's so fucking handsome. Sunny.
I don't know Big Chill.
Oh yeah, he's a handsome man. I like me a handsome man. I'm a sucker for a handsome man. Are you a sucker for a handsome man?
I'm a sucker for the tall ones. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's tall. He's very tall and he smells really good. I met him in person. He smells so good and he's very tall. When he gave me a hug, I got swallowed up in him because he was just.
So did you go on a date with him? Or
no. I went to a party. The gala that Black Diamond has every year?
No.
Okay. So there's a creator on here that she's a big creator and she has parties or galas every year. She's going to actually have one in September. She usually has them in Atlanta. So Big Chill went to this one in September. Matter of fact, that's where I met John at. And he was there and he smelled so good and gave me a nice big old hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at she busy over here. Who's calling you, young lady, at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Ain't nobody calling me.
Look. Oh, I know. Is it your signal? Because of the walk that you on?
It's just trying to say like my battery is dying, so it keep coming up and down saying it's charging, it's not charging, it's charging, it's not charging.
Oh,
It's like
okay,
whatever. Why you
well,
gotta
do
be?
you need your battery to work to get where you going?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
It's
Okay,
just a signal that be happening, like for whatever reasons.
I got you. Are you taking a long walk?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk for a while. I'm probably gonna be walking by the time you go to the doctors and come back. I'm gonna still be.
Oh, wow,
walking.
that long?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you got such an amazing body because all that walking you doing.
No, girl, that's the gym work right there. Don't get it twisted. That walking ain't nothing. That's cardio. That stuff is good for my heart, but like the actual
The
workout.
gym, really? Oh man, you got energy. I ain't got no energy. Well, you got motivation. Okay, so that goes back to my question of the day with the hiding and seeking. So you're more of a seeking person. You just like me, Sunny. Like when you have a goal, you like to be the one trying to find find the situation. You trying to figure it out where that person is hiding. You're not just gonna sit back and just wait for it to happen.
Nope, I don't do neither of the above. I just be me, and I'll be out and about. And if somebody be like, "Hey," I'll be like, "Hey." If they don't, they don't give good energy, I'm like, "Look," they be looking at me. I'm like, "Okay, well then keep it moving." Because if you don't take that time, that moment that you're looking at me, and if you know how we got that look, because guys be swearing that they swear that they clocking us. Oh, I found you. You ain't find me, boy. I gave you the opportunity.
Really? Right.
So I don't be like thinking about anybody. I don't be worrying about anybody. But if I'm like, as you know, traveling and somebody say hi and it's like hi, whatever, and y'all got that energy, like the conversation is good, you going somewhere, okay, fine, then that's when it might turn into something then other than that. And that's that same thing with that 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes to go ahead and shoot your shot. If it don't sound good, if it don't feel genuine, if it don't make the the energy, because the aura around a person is gonna be amazing.
It's all about energy to me. It's all about energy. I went out last weekend and I was like a concert outside. You bring your lounge chair, you just sit outside and you could dance.
Yes, good vibes.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll go by myself and I like to meet people. So I'm walking around. I said, I'm not a drinker, so I said, but I was like, I'm not gonna just sit there. Let me go get myself a drink. Yeah, I'm drinking to me. Like I think I drank so much when I was younger, hanging on the corner that.
I didn't at all. And I still don't drink at all. People don't find that to be realistic. They be like, "You don't drink?" I'm like, "You don't drink water?" They be like, "But I'm saying you don't drink, no, but you don't drink water."
Because you know what it is. You don't need to drink in order to get into your vibe. That's to me too. Like I can be happy without drinking.
That part, and I don't even. I dance, I party, I have a good time without any of that. So when somebody got to do something to get there, then it's kind of like, I don't know if you're gonna be my vibe.
Or it's either that or you just sitting there drowning away your problems.
And they gonna still be there when you're broke. Wake up, laying there, stinky, smelly, and getting a fat belly because alcohol.
Exactly, because they don't understand. Like alcohol is a depressant as well. So it might take away your problems at the moment, but when you finish drinking, you feeling worse than you did before.
Not only that, they don't realize that alcohol is going to transpire. It's going to turn into like a sugar, and that sugar base is going to end up giving you fat places you don't want and or need. So it's like
and it stops your penis from working.
And they don't know that part though, right? They don't know that part.
They be in denial. They be actually, it makes me stronger. No, it doesn't.
It don't make nothing stronger. It don't make your body stronger. It don't make you stronger. It don't make nothing but your breath stronger.
Ooh, you say that. Not even that. Sometimes you can smell it in their pores. You say that. Not even that. Sometimes you can smell it in their pores. It comes out their pores. You don't realize. I don't like it. So I guess obviously one of your a man that you deal with cannot be a drinker because I don't want a drinker. I can't be around a drinker.
I put it like this. I can't say I'm 100% totally against it, but I just don't like the effects of it because I've had so many different bad things happen in my life due to that, and I'm not going to go through the whole motions of my grandma dying, almost going through a windshield the whole night. It's a whole bunch of stuff that happened in reference to that to me. So I think it may be a PTSD situation, but at the same time, if a man know how to handle himself and not drinking so reckless and be talking trifling or hitting on you, or not me but anybody.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Can't just do nothing like they supposed.
Like I see vehicles on shoulder.
Can't just do nothing like they supposed.
Like I see vehicles on shoulder. She's traveling. That means there's a dog in her way as she's walking. So her phone is telling her that there's a dog in her way.
Get out of here, puppy. That was like a big bear that tried to jump in the way or whatever.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure you can take that bear out.
Right? Okay, poof, get out of here, bear. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like I just prefer a person not to definitely not smoking. I don't like the smoking because if you smoke around me, my allergies, that smoking in general is
right.
bringing up a lung. So I don't like that part. But like if a person had, when I say a drink and people say, nah, I just drink occasionally. But then every time you're talking about like, yeah, I'm drinking.
Right.
Or I'm at my home.
That's always a clue to me that they're a drinker. Like, I only drink once in a while. To me, it's like, yeah, you drink. Or I only drink when I get home from work. Only drink when there's a game on.
But everything is an occasion, right? Your boys
Right.
have exactly. Sunday, and then you got Thursday night football, and then you got Sunday night football. Oh, we got boxing going on this week. Oh, it's a soccer match going on. Anything that's going on. Oh, they playing golf. Why you drinking when they playing golf, bro? Like, what the hell? Why you gotta hear the ball say 4? You
Right.
can hear the ball, that ball coming. What the heck? Like,
I completely agree. That's how you know when people have been around people who drink a lot, because you know all the excuses that they give you.
it's just
for
too
drinking.
much. It's too much.
If it's so, so I'm a social drinker, and I won't even say a social drinker, but I like to have it in my hand because if you're in a club environment, a dance environment, a lounge environment, usually people are there, they drink, right? So I'm not gonna sit there, like a lot of I could sip on a rum and coke and have that shit sitting there for a good 5 hours, just being watered down, just like I like something in my hand to do something. So I was at this, so I went to go get myself a drink, and there was a guy behind me because it was at a cigar lounge, and he was buying a cigar, and I'm over here now, he looked at me, I'm looking at him, so of course I'm going to engage in a conversation, and I'm laughing about the stupid drink that I bought that I'm not going to drink. And then so fine, so then I left. He didn't say anything to me. I'm like, okay, cool. So now I got my lounge chair up, and I saw him standing up. So I'm walking around, I saw him standing up. I said, you didn't bring your lawn chair? He was just like, no. I was like, well, I got an extra lawn chair in my car if you want one. And he was just like, oh, no, that's okay. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, so I'm trying, dude. Like, I'm really fucking trying. But it was just like, he was not interested at all. So I was like, all right, well, I'm sitting over there. So if you want, like, I'm not trying to marry you. I just want to hang out with you for listen to the music with you, have a conversation, and joke and laugh. It's not that serious.
It's not.
I know.
It's not that serious.
It really is. Good morning, Hayden.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
My friend Hayden. Hayden lives in South Africa.
Okay, good morning, Hayden.
Hello.
And
How
good
are
morning,
you?
Blue, in the comments. I'm sorry, Hayden, say that again.
I said, how are you?
I'm doing good. Me and Sunny are up early in the morning, getting our day started. How are you doing this morning?
I'm chilled, Life is good.
Oh, well, like, I love that. Life is always should be good, especially when you breathing and able to get on this live and have a conversation with us. Good morning, Edwin. Edwin, you better don't get me in trouble, Edwin. So
And then you wake up on this side of the dirt. That's what's up, period.
right,
Just think
exactly. Well, I guess if we didn't wake up on this side of the dirt, we wouldn't be thinking about it too much.
pretty much. I mean, I don't think we would, but we don't know. We ain't been there. We ain't been there yet.
Right, exactly. So we don't know.
What time zone are you in, Hayden? Oh, we lost it.
No, I'm here.
Just
South
like
African
you.
Standard Time. It is 11:42 a.m.
Oh, so you've been up for a while.
Oh,
No, I slept late last night, so I just woke up and then I checked TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, it's Adrian. Let me say hi."
I usually get that reaction from people. Oh, it's Adrian.
it's the
Oh
vibe.
my God.
It's the vibe. What's up?
Look at your spirit. Love your vibe because early in the morning, all this energy early in the morning. There's nothing wrong with having a lot. Do you think sometimes, Sunny, that because I've known people tell me like I'm too much early in the morning, like I got too much.
Yeah, they do. They do. They be like, "Can I get my coffee first?" I be like, "Dang, come on, wake up! You here? You happy?
Oh my God,
You doing too late? Like you doing too much? Sit down." I be like, "Okay, but you doing too much? Go to sleep. You know what I mean? Go back to sleep and then start over."
Morning, Miss Kentucky. I mean, that's the thing is like then you could go home then. And if you like, listen, that's the reason why I don't like people. You can't sleep over because if it's too much energy for you in the morning, scroll left. Scroll left.
Yeah, that part.
Also,
And it's
Adrian,
one thing if you next to me and you wake up next to me, then yeah. First of all, if you wake up, somebody else better be woke. And it's like, we all woke. Okay, then let's get up.
Let's get up, right? And then maybe I'll go back to like wear me the fuck out so I can sleep.
That part.
Right. I can go back to bed if you wear my ass out. And I'm sorry, Hayden's very soft spoken. Go ahead, Hayden. What were you trying to tell me, sweetie?
Oh, I have to tell you, I was on TikTok last night because I haven't been on live in a while. And then this motherfucker comes on and he's wearing a robe. And then he opens the robe and he is in his tidy whities. And he starts like shaking around. He starts like rolling his body and all of that. Bro gets dropped. And then everyone's like, why the fuck did you do that? And bro was like, that was for Hayden. I screamed and I was like, okay, that is enough internet for today. I'm going to bed.
These men are weird.
Now was he very
It was
like?
so weird.
I didn't hear you, Sunny. Say that again.
I was asking her, was the person at least Idris like? If y'all understand, have you ever seen Idris Elba in his white outfit and he was like wet?
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, he was not. He was some
He was
like little
yeah, he
shit.
got to sit down.
He was
Yeah,
skinny. He was like
all the way down.
What's wrong with people? I don't.
I know.
I feel
was
like this.
maybe.
Okay, so I start off with that kind of situation. You're gonna start off sending me something like that, and I'm like, yeah, no. Why are you starting out with something like that?
Because they're wanting attention, just wanting attention. There's some people just want scream for attention so badly that they would do anything.
I'd rather you put on your gray sweats and then let me imagine. I'd rather have the imagination of it
Right.
than to see, because it's like, can you do like a reveal later? You know, just give me the suspense. I want to say suspense. You know, let me know. Let me go. You know, make my heart, flutter. You know,
Right. Well, they say that about women all the time, right? That women need to cover up and that we need to be, bashful and stuff like that. So don't show all your goods. Don't give out the goods before. Good morning, Squeak. And then it's like, but you men do that. Men do that stuff all the time too. Hey, carnage. So that's a
men are visual creatures. Men are visual creatures, so they want to see what they want to see. Then it's like, okay, now they're interested, and I think that's the same situation. You got to pull me in. You got to pull me in somehow. And if you don't have good conversation, you got to first of all be
It's
handsome
conversation
enough
for me.
Yeah, I'm saying the conversation is fine, and that's what's going to take me there. But you really think that? I'm sorry to say, and I'm kind of going outside of my boundaries, because I'm one person that I really don't care about a person's look. I go for the intellect first.
Me too.
But if you just walking past me, I don't know what you like. But if we not talking and I'm not seeing, then you have like all about 2 seconds. If I see you and it's like, ooh, okay, how you doing? It's like, hi. Or they be like, yo, what's up? I'm like, dang. Okay,
Right.
dang. Okay,
Right.
nothing. What's up with you? If they don't even have the right, you know what I mean? You're talking about, Adrian. We got our people up north. They are a little aggressive with their conversation, but they not. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Perfectly on point. But it's just how you address me. And I feel like after a certain age, you gotta learn how to address me properly at a certain age. I don't care where you from.
And I think that's what it is too. I think that I've noticed that the older men, they still approach me like I'm 20 years old. Like, so they'll be like, yo, shorty, what's good with you? And I'm like, yo, how old are you that you saying, you know what I mean?
You ain't got to be in this new vibe. You ain't got to be on the new young buck vibe, because some youngins be still coming for us because we look young. But I be looking like, oh, boy, I'm old enough to be your mother. Stop playing with me.
Why? Okay, you saying so much. Oh, I love that you be all over the place just like I am.
They do. I'm for real. Them youngins, as they call it, them youngest be coming for me, and I'm like, ooh, baby.
They come for me all the time too.
I'm smelling the Similac from a distance, but damn, you frying. I ain't trying to go to jail for you or have your mother want to fight.
And that's the thing too. It's all about if I can hang out with your mother.
That part.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So I think now there are some men. Don't get me wrong. There are some men that because I've encountered these men that when I meet them, they're so damn handsome and go so damn sexy. Yeah, they could get it right away. You don't have to say nothing to me. I'm definitely on it.
Like you gotta come with the duct tape. Like just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Just sit here. Let me smell you. Let me hug you.
Yeah.
Let me feel all that 6-pack and just be right here. You know,
there's some men that could get away with that. There's someone that could definitely just get away with. Because honestly, the more I talk to a man, the more I get turned off by them. The more I forget it. Right. So, and that's why I don't like, when people ask me, like, especially if I meet, like I was mentioning before, going back on this damn dating app because it's just like, I'm just the lack of conversation that I've been having with people that I've been meeting. It is driving me nuts because in the first 5 minutes of me talking to them, it's like, I don't forget it. I don't even like you no more. I don't even like you.
That's why I said they got 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes to go ahead and shoot your best shot. And I mean, it better be some stuff Curry stuff, like you're supposed to be throwing threes all day. Everything you say make me go, ooh. Because I don't get that excitement no more. I don't have that excitement in me when I'm talking to people. And it's like, okay, you just another one. Like, and another one, and another one.
Right. And it's like, you just pick them off like bugs, just smack them away. Next.
Look, you know what I was thinking about, Adrian? It's this dating app. Well, I don't even call it dating.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Good morning, Bear. There's another bear in her way.
It's this app that's like they do events, and you go to the events, and everybody there is supposed to be single, and you're doing these events, and then you're just having fun. But I guess if you have somebody that's there and y'all have the same kind of mind, first of all, you got the same mindset because you decided, I'm not going to just go on a dating app. I'm going to go and do this event. And if everybody there is single and you're inviting that individual, I'm here and we just having fun.
That's a good idea.
We enjoying all this kind of same, you end up going to different ones and different ones. The same dude keeps showing up and you're like, you know what, we got a lot in common. You don't mind hang gliding. You don't mind jumping off the top of a mountain. You don't mind, swimming or hanging on the beach or getting on a boat or whatever it is. So it's like so many different situations I guess you can find yourself in where you can find out if you got a lot of commonalities, because I think at a certain point it shouldn't be about the looks. It don't matter. I mean, the money's good, the looks is good, you know what's good, whatever the situation is. It's like if it's all good, then you might want to start a relationship, and I think that is genuine at that point. You're not
one step at a time. I think
you're not automatically looking at, okay, I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want this, and then I want this, but I don't want this. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to have to sit and describe every little thing. I
don't want to be on a job interview. I be feeling like I be on a job interview when I be having these conversations with some of these men. It's like, I'm not applying for a fucking job. Can we just have a conversation? Like, talk to me, you would talk to a coworker or your family member or one of your homeboys. Don't be talking to me like there's an opportunity here.
You know what I would like? A true, honest application for a relationship. It's like, you know what? Don't you fill this part out, and then I'll call you back if you qualify. If I have all those answers correctly answered, then I'll call you to come talk to me for 15 minutes. And then
so what would be one of those questions that you would ask? Because I'm not a question. Because usually what they always ask is like, what are you looking for? Do you know how to cook? It's always, do you know how to cook? I can't stand that fucking question.
Yeah, but all of that, just like you just said earlier, if you want a man and you have your non-negotiables, you need to, number one, be spiritually grounded. Okay, that would be number one. If a guy be like, nah, you know what? There you go, exit left. You ain't got to say nothing else. Like, if that's the first thing on your list is a non-negotiable that you got to have somebody that's spiritually grounded or whatever, fine, you put that on the list. And the other high thing on the list for me, obviously, like I just said, I don't want to deal with any smoke at all. No kind of smoke, I'm sorry, unfortunately. Now, if that person says, well, sometimes I, puffed or whatever, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L every day, then it's like, every day, nah, I can't do that. But if that person did it with their homeboys. I don't want to say on a special occasion because occasions like I just told you are going to be very basic. But if that's what they did, that's what they did. As long as it doesn't affect them in any way, and I mean mentally, because that's a big issue a lot of times too. That I'm learning that once we get to a certain age now, then it's kind of like, is that person having a mental challenge? Is that person, was this person non-diagnosed with something? I'm finding those types. And then it's like, wow. Then you got to remember, it's always going to be something with everybody. So it's like, what can you deal with? And then what don't you want to deal with anymore? And that's what you got to put on your list. I don't want to deal with no broke dude. And it ain't about being a gold digger, none of that. Because I can take care of myself. I have been.
Right, so, but I ain't trying to take care of nobody else.
That part. I ain't trying to take care of you, your baby's mamas, and your 5 kids, whatever. I'm not trying to do all that. So it's kind of like, if a person is on that list, I want to say, first of all, I guess spiritually grounded. And then number 2, obviously, I don't want nobody smoking, and I prefer nobody to have extracurricular activities that's going to get me,
Thank you, Niecy, too.
In a bad situation. What'd you say, Hayden?
No, I'm talking to the comments. I'm sorry, Sunny, but I'm listening to you too.
Okay, my
was
bad.
saying good morning. No, that's okay. I could do 20 different things at the same time.
Right?
And the thing is that too, I think that comes with age, right? So I think when we were younger, maybe we were able to bend a little bit more, because I guess maybe because we just didn't know better. But now as I got older, I'm like, there's billions of people in the world. If that particular person doesn't fit into my non-negotiables, then I could just move on to the next. I'm not gonna try to fit a round ball into a square hole. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. Good morning, lovely kisses. I'm not trying to make something work. I don't need to, at this grown ass age. It's okay. I could just move on to the next.
Yeah. And I don't have the time for that.
Blocked lane ahead.
It's like, what's the point of going through the motions, especially like you're saying, if you don't want to be settled down. If you don't want to be settled down, and I don't want to be settled down, right now all we doing is just hanging out. Don't get all drastic. Oh, who calling you? Who texting you? Nah, bro, you doing too much.
I would like him. I mean, at this grown ass age, I couldn't even imagine somebody watching me like that. I guess that's what it is. You that insecure. I don't want. To me, that screams insecurity. If you're worried about who's calling me and who's texting me and all that other stuff, you're insecure. And I don't want. To me, that screams insecurity. If you're worried about who's calling me and who's texting me and all that other stuff, you're insecure. And I don't want an insecure man. I need a confident man. And that's so Hayden, Sunny was talking about earlier, and good morning, lovely kisses. I just wanted you to see my face. Good morning, gorgeous. I was gorgeous. I was listening to this I was scrolling through TikTok, and I was watching Angie Martinez was having an interview with Keisha Cole, and Keisha Cole was saying because Keisha Cole always has bad juju with men, and so Angie Martinez was saying that she got this great advice from a dating what is that? A matchmaker. And I was thinking about doing that one time, getting a matchmaker, but I ain't paying for that shit. So she was saying that you have to have 3 core values. Think about your 3. And girl, me too. I am, but I'm not. But think about your 3 core values, and then make sure that's when you are seeking this person, make sure that they have those 3 core values, or like Sunny said, non-negotiable. So she was saying her non-negotiable is not smoking. She said her non-negotiable is spiritually grounded. And what was your third one, Sunny?
Not to be really not smoking, not drinking, spiritually grounded, and then have your head right.
And have your that's a big one.
That's for real. It's like you're doing too much.
Right. And so me as well. So mine was definitely spiritually grounded. Some type. You don't gotta be going to church every Sunday. You don't have to be ritual minded. I don't want a ritual mind. You just going through the damn motions. I need you to have some type of, there's a higher being. You have accountability for something. You love people, right? Then family. I love people. You have to have your family's important. How you treat your mother, how you treat your kids is very important to me. And then independent. I don't want you to need me. I don't want you to need me for your entertainment.
Everything.
I don't need you for your. I don't want you to need me for conversation. I don't need you. I don't want you to need me to boost up your ego. I don't need you. I don't want you to need me. I just want you to be independent, where I'm secure in myself, and you just along for the ride. We just gonna be riding together. So those are my 3 core values. And then when I really thought about it, I realized every man I wish or had never had those values. So I'm like, well, maybe Angie Martinez got something. She got something with this little core value thing. So Hayden, I know you're in a relationship. So what are your 3 core values, Hayden? And does your man that you with have those core values? Hayden, you there? Okay. Do you know what you have core values with a man? Non-negotiables?
Non-negotiables. I've been trying to think about it. I feel like all my non-negotiables are just like bare minimum behavior. Like just treat people with kindness.
Right.
Like for example, if you are rude to like waiters and stuff like that, then bye-bye. Because like, why are you so mean? Why are you rude to people whose job it is to assist you? Like,
Yeah, that's important to me too. That's why I like a good. That's why it's so important for me to date and not talk on the phone, because I can talk on the phone all much, but how you treat people, I'm only going to see if I'm actually outside with you.
exactly.
Yeah, that part.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Good
like
morning,
you
Basura.
walk in the door and the guy's like not opening the door, not just for you, but like the person behind.
Other people, right?
Yeah.
Or how they
Like-
treat the waitress, how they tip.
Yeah, or just the fact that sometimes you ready to tip and they look at you like, tip like that much? Like, what you mean like that much? That's that
Right.
Because I'm serious. You don't think about that person. That person's making maybe $5 an hour, but
Right.
the tip is what really does it for them or what have
And
you.
they work hard for that shit too.
Tell me about it. And I've had like a dude that come out like, man, shoot, then the place need to be paying no more. And I'm like, okay, the restaurant can pay them more. That's not the point. It's just the fact that if you like their service, this is a customer service job.
Right, exactly. And I had one guy, he tipped $1 one time. To me, I was like, that's so fucking insulting. You know what I mean? Like that, like you might as well just keep your fucking dollar and not give them anything. So usually when I go on dates, I'll have money on me to give a tip. So if they're not tipping right, then I'll go ahead and put down a tip and give them a tip, because I'm not getting embarrassed.
Yeah, because it's like how you treat strangers is a reflection of who you are personally. And it's gonna show. Like if you are shitty to like people whose literal job is to assist you, then how are you gonna treat me for the long down the line?
Exactly.
So yeah,
that's a
so
good
that
one.
I feel like
That's the other one.
Okay, what about charity work?
I didn't hear you, Sunny. Say that again.
Because like that's on my list. I like guys that don't mind doing like charity work, because I do a lot of charity work.
I love that.
I don't got time for that. It's like, yo, won't you just be volunteer, do boys and girls things, and you like go take some kid under your wing, like a kid that doesn't have a father,
a mentor, right?
Some type of you don't even have to be a mentor, because a mentor I think needs to stay in touch with that kid to help them throughout life or what have you. But I'm just saying, like, they do volunteer work, like we go like on mission work, do something for a week or for a month or whatever the time is. But the main thing about it, I don't like when a man be like, man, I ain't got time for that. Like, what? You know?
Yeah, it's so selfish. And because now that you mentioned it, so there was a guy that I was talking to. Yeah, he called me up. He called me up yesterday, and he was like, he wanted to know what I was doing in August, because he's saying he was part of Job Corps, and he was saying how there's going to be a Job Corps. Good morning, Mimi. That there was going to be a reunion in Kentucky in his Job Corps. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I said, what does the people in your reunion, feel about how Job Corps is shutting down? And he was just like, oh, we haven't really discussed that. And I'm like, how can you not discuss that? You you are having reunion, you are promoting, you guys obviously have built this connection because you guys went to Job Corps together, so you know how important this program is, and you're gonna tell me that you've not even had a discussion about how we can get this program back on in the books. And to me that felt like, damn, you selfish as hell.
Well, wait a minute. What area is it that they're shutting it down?
All over the United States. You didn't hear about that, Sunny?
What the heck?
Yeah, the government is shutting down Job Corps and they're letting all these children in Job Corps be homeless.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
Well, I was out of the country, so I'm like just getting back. So now I'm trying to think, when was this? Like this had to happen like this week.
Recently, it's recently because I mean I've been seeing it on TikTok as well because there's a petition that you could sign.
Oh my gosh! Can you
yeah, and that program been around for years. And I know a lot of people, who wayward children who didn't have, good morning, Nisi, who didn't have, who had families at home who wasn't school orientated and needed to have these, be able to fix cars and be able to, have those do those jobs that work with your hands. It's such an important program, and these are one of the programs that the government is just getting rid of. And it is sad. And so here's this man about inviting me to, again, a man I barely even talked to, and I guess he just wants me to go because he happened to scroll through TikTok and saw my picture, so I guess he just wanted to take me to like, so I could, so he could stunt or whatever the case may be. But you know what I mean? Because to me, it's just like, I would think that'd be more important than a fucking reunion. Get the people that in your graduating class, get together and find out how can we let's write a petition up. Let's show like, look what Job Corps did for us. Now that we graduated 20 years ago and look how important it is. But he said that him and his reunion people didn't even think about that. And I thought that was just so selfish. And that goes to show me what kind of heart this person had.
Yeah, you got to think about where you were and where you are now because of it.
Exactly, and bring back to your community, like you were saying.
But I know people that have done it, so I mean, I do enough charity work in so many different genres to just say, hey, that makes sense to me.
Come on, and passion, absolutely. So that is definitely a good non-negotiable. Taking care of your community as well. So Hayden, go ahead. What else? Sorry. So Hayden, you said how they treat people, right? And so what was the other one, Hayden?
Okay, so I think also another really important one is like having ambition and wanting better for yourself as well. Because it's like, I don't mind dating someone who doesn't, for example, doesn't have a job, but you need to like want to get a job, you know? Like, if you're okay living in those circumstances, hey, beautiful. If you're okay living in those circumstances where it's like you're living in your mom's basement or
playing video games all damn day.
Yeah, I'm good. I am so good with that. Like, enjoy, go give that to the next woman because that is not for me.
No, nobody wants a lazy man. To me, that's just laziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can understand. And then it's like, and I can understand because you're younger. So I can understand. I mean, I can understand where, I don't know. No, I can't understand because my youngest son is 19 years old and he got fucking more ambition than more 50-year-olds that I have. Or that I know. I'm just going to say I have them, but that I know. So,
how many you got?
I used to have a lot, but then I think when I started with this whole, and I used to like just keep them around just because I was bored. Now it's just like I don't keep them around no more. It's just like if you cannot add anything to my life except to provide me entertainment, that I can go on fucking TikTok and get entertained. I don't need to have you part of my personal life to get that entertainment. So I think that's the reason why it's been very dry. My phone has been very dry lately. That's why I was thinking about going back on the stupid ass dating app. Okay, Hayden. So no, you had a very. Those are two great ones to have. All right, what's your third one?
A really good sense of humor. I can't be with someone that takes life too seriously. I cannot be
a sense of humor.
A good sense of humor. Because I can't be with someone that takes life too seriously. Like, I want to laugh, I want to enjoy things, but like, if you aren't that type of person, Like, come on. Like, why is everything so serious?
That to me, that's
Like,
such a negative person too. And then,
yeah.
then it's like I don't want to be your source of entertainment either. So now I'm sitting there trying to make you laugh, trying to make you smile, trying to make it like I gotta keep on being the one that's gonna be like I'm some type of gesture or something. Like I'm a fucking clown trying to sit there. That's exhausting as well. That I gotta keep on entertaining your ass.
But you just said it, Adrian. You said, I gotta try. You shouldn't have to try.
Right.
Trust me, if a person has that kind of same energy, they bounce off of you. It might be something that you seeing somebody walk across the street, did something funny. You're like, yo, did you see it? Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know, then you can laugh and, you know, just bounce and not just be like, oh my gosh, see what? The such and such. Then you gotta explain it to the person and then,
right.
Never mind.
That's too much. That's too much work. That's just way too much work.
Too much work, Hayden. I feel you on that.
I feel you on that too, Hayden. Because I think it should be mutual, right? Because I think it's just great energy. Basically, if you have great energy, then I'm gonna have great. Then it's like we're gonna be bouncing off of each other. But
yes,
if you,
that's my vibe.
Yeah, exactly. But if you are like, if you don't laugh, or I like a person who laughs at themselves, because I laugh at myself all the time.
Yes.
And if you can't laugh at yourself, then this is like, come on, life is like you say, it's not that serious. Life is not that serious. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things. It's okay to laugh at yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it's just enjoying life. Like when you go places, like you were saying, I go a lot of places. So it's people like, oh, what do you do? Why does it matter? No, it shouldn't matter. It's just if you go and you enjoy yourself, it shouldn't matter where you go. You can always enjoy yourself. I can enjoy by myself. So don't come and then like Hayden just say, be negative. Well, why this and why that? It's like, okay, because blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, why they doing this? Why they shut up? Just be quiet. Then like if you got nothing positive to say, just be quiet. Then it's like I don't even want you in the car. I don't even want you on the road. I don't even want you in the boat. I don't want you on the beach. Just go home.
Just go, and that's the reason why I can't do long dates. I'll do a coffee date because I could tell in 15 minutes where you're gonna fuck up my vibe or not.
That part.
Right. I don't need to eat. They always want to offer you something to eat. Like, I don't want nothing. I'm good with the eating. I can eat at home. I can buy my own damn dinner. Just can you provide the entertainment? Because I'm tired of talking to my damn self. So I need something that you can't provide to me, which is company. It's that easy. Just company. So Hayden, the man that you're going out with now, does he have those 3 core values?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that, Hayden. I love that.
Yeah. And also me personally, this one is subjective to everyone. But me personally, I don't like the type of guy that like follows like a shit ton of girls on social media. Just purely because it shows me that you objectify women. You don't respect them. You just wanna jerk off.
That Bryson.
Yeah, it's like you just wanna fucking you just want to fucking jerk off and not, and that's just how you see women as objects, and I don't. And like I think that's what
a lot of do you think that has to do with a lot of social media? Like, do you think that because I feel honestly, I feel like Bryson, I don't know if you wanted to come up here, baby. I invited you by accident, so I wasn't too sure. But I feel like sometimes I'm on display. And don't get me wrong, me and Sunni are over here and we showing our bodies. And we don't do that because we want to be on display because we're at an auction and we want somebody to buy us. We just love our fucking bodies.
No, it ain't even about my body. I'm glad that I was where I was, girl. That was like on the beach and the damn plane was flying over me. I was enjoying the environment, girl. There's a full vibe behind me. You just don't even know.
I completely understand. Yes, but so what you were saying too, Hayden, is like, yeah, what is the word you use? Is such a big word that you use, objectify us. I feel like sometimes, like even in my inbox, it's Sunni, or I don't know if you get it to Hayden. They be like, Hayden. They be like, I like you. They be like, Hayden. They be like, I like you. I want you. You're mine. And I'm like, I'm not an object that you could just because you looking at me, you want to sit there and make a purchase. That doesn't work that way. I'm not a fucking car.
No.
Good morning, Racing. Good morning, handsome. You there, baby? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good. Oh, are you just waking up or you didn't go to sleep yet?
No, I'm awake.
Huh?
Are you still in your bed?
I think
No,
he just.
no, I'm not.
Good morning, Lavelle. Okay, so what's wrong? Okay, so this is his vibe, I see.
You wake up,
Yeah. So
you need some coffee? You need some hug? You need some head? Like, what is the problem? What's going on here, Bryson?
You can tell she's a New Yorker or New Jersey from North New Jersey. Bryson. Good morning, Sinister.
I
Bryson.
need everything.
Huh?
I need everything.
You need, okay, well, I can't help you that with everything.
How can you help me then?
Huh?
How can you help me then?
I can't help you. I don't. Do
Why?
do you need help?
I need some help.
I don't even want to ask.
Really, I mean, like,
Good morning, my beautiful Sinister.
Nah, I'm just playing with y'all. I'm just playing.
What you saying, Bryson?
I'm just playing with y'all.
okay,
Wait,
just checking. We trying to make sure you ain't need no welfare check, boo.
All right, he about to listen. Hayden, I think he wants to come and show us his come up and start dancing for us. Okay, so Bryson,
Oh, God.
Well, okay. So did you hear? So Bryson, did you hear my question?
What question?
Okay, so I was talking about hiding and seeking, right? So to play the game hide and seek. You know, there's some people who like to hide. Do we be the ones that, like, when you're playing hide and seek, they like to be the one behind the tree, and there's ones that like to be the seeker, like to be it, and they like to go after it. They like to go find the person. They like to go ahead and see where the person is at. So are you a type of person that likes to hide, or you like a type of person that likes to seek?
I'm like a person who likes to see.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten that from
So
you.
who do you go looking at?
What? Can you say it again?
I said, where do you go looking? Like, if you're playing hide and seek, this is a situation where you're trying to find a person like that's of interest to you. Where are you going to find that person at?
Well, I go find that person at like at a movie, bowling alley,
Oh Lord.
or
It's kind of hard to find her in a dark movie, but it's
And who goes to the movies by themselves? Really though.
I'm talking about after the movie.
What? After the movie?
Yeah, like
Okay.
when
I never. Okay, let me ask Sunni and Hayden. Have you ever found a person at the movie? I don't think I could ever say that I actually even approached a person at a movie
I
theater.
have never. I've either gone there with somebody, or if I even by myself, then I'm like, I'm cool. I ain't think about nobody, especially when I'm leaving. I'm like making sure ain't nobody trying to grip me up, especially if it was a scary type movie. I'm like, I don't know, somebody about to grab me.
Right. And I don't even like going on movie dates. Do you like to go on movie dates, Sunni and Hayden?
No, me personally, I hate them because like we're just sitting there in the theater watching something. I can do that at home for free. Like, why?
And we can't really
why
talk
are
in the
we
movie.
going
Now we
out?
might be able to talk after the movie, but I have to really like you enough to sit 2 hours in silence with you.
It has to
Exactly.
be, for me,
It's
it
like-
has to be like a major, like a flick that's like mad action. Because if it's like that, I want all the surround sound. I want that IMAX feeling. I want something to jump through my body to be these type situations. So I'm like, girl, you know,
Yeah,
something exciting.
Yeah, because for me, right, it's like we don't get to talk. How do we get to know each other? That day, like, it's not fulfilling because it's like we have done nothing.
Yeah, you gotta be
We're
like,
just watching a movie.
Right, because I've been on a date with a man and all he did was fucking talk the whole entire time, and he had bad breath. So all I could say was like, "Well, this man, please just shut the fuck up."
let me watch the movie, dang.
Because he's trying to be quiet when talking to me, so he's like all up in my face, but his breath stink, and I'm like, "Oh my god, get me out of this date."
I'd pull out the gum. Here you go.
Yeah, but Adrian, speaking of that, that is another big one for me. Hygiene. Hygiene.
That's crazy how that could be like a non-negotiable, because you would think at this grown-ass age, people have good hygiene.
That is a non-negotiable.
And people do not. That's the crazy part. like men will literally go to work, touch stuff, and like work the whole day, not wash their ass, or their hands, and then want to like touch you, and I'm like, ew, my brother, no.
Grayson, do you have good hygiene? Hello, Grayson? Did he fall
Might be
asleep on us?
asleep.
Did he fall-
I'm here to go to sleep on us.
but he's a seeker. But he's a seeker.
He's seeking sleep. Or he trying to sleep with us. Nah, you don't sleep with 3 ladies at a time. We don't do
Right,
that.
3 sexy ladies on top. You want to say somebody? He a seeker? I doubt it. Good
You think
morning,
he's
Dave.
slick? Yeah, y'all, I slept with 3 chicks. They was bad, yo.
He
You
was,
slept with
yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm doing screenshot. These my broads right here. Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
he's full of shit. He's full of shit talking about he a seeker. Oh, what is that? I love that.
Oh,
Thank you,
somebody
Dave.
raised their hand.
That was cute. Yeah, they'd be so full of shit though, and you know you could. I'm talking about energy, right, Sunny? Because I'm gonna talk shit with him right here because he ain't paying attention. That's all. It's all about energy. Me and you and Hayden knew right away as soon as he came up in here that he didn't have no energy.
Yeah, you come and sleep, bruh. I mean, I granted you said you hit the button by mistake. He could not answer if you didn't want to really come up and talk about nothing. I thought he was gonna have
That part exactly. But it's like, why'd you even come up here if you're not ready to have a conversation? You just want to be like, yeah, because what? Because he's a man that has a profile picture with no shirt on, like for real.
I mean, I could barely see it, but I do see he got his shirt off, but it's like for real.
I mean, because I think that sometimes because they view us as objects, they think that we view them as objects as well. So you don't have to have a personality. All you gotta do is look good.
Nah, that's not good.
That's not good at all. That shit don't work at all. Not for me.
Personality is up there. It's up there too on the list. Like, I mean, you ain't gotta be like, oh my gosh, you know this. No, you ain't gotta do all that. It gotta be natural. And I don't like when guys like try to agree with everything that you say.
Oh, I can't stand a yes man.
Like,
oh, look at Hayden with her bathing suit. Okay.
or they say me too. Oh, okay, I see you, Hayden.
That looks beautiful
Hey, girl,
too.
check me out.
Look at that. I love this bathing suit day. Bathing suit.
I thought I could join the club. If y'all did it, why can't I?
Please do. Yes, join the club. We love it over here.
And I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to create this vibe. That's just been my picture on here forever.
No, we love this vibe.
St. Martin. I was like, ooh, I loved it because the plane like flew like right over my head.
I love St. Martin. That's a great island to go to.
Yes. So you know which beach I'm talking about, Mala.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. But the thing is about these islands though is that I feel like they all start looking the same after a while. Have you ever noticed that, Sunny?
Yeah, it's like some of it. You know what? And I'm gonna have to correct you, Adrian, because I love you. I'm not calling you Adrian and not Adrian, but it's Sony, like the TV, and you be sounding like you calling me Sunny. And people always be saying Sunny, and I'll be like, it's only one N in my name.
You're actually right. You know that's the New York in us too. We always have our vowels all fucked up.
It's part of your accent, but I don't want people to be like, well, Adrian called you Sunny. It's like, it's not
right.
Sony.
All right. It's Sony. Thank you for correcting me. I know people be saying my name all fucked up, and I be all mad. I be mad at them too. I'm like, it's Adrian. Sound it out. So if I actually sound it out, you're right. It is Sony with an O. Listen, when I moved to Georgia and I went to Chick-fil-A, I kept on calling it Chick-fil-A. I'm like, you go to Chick-fil-A? They're like, Chick-fil-A.
That's crazy.
Remember back in the day where they had the Feli sneakers? So it's like, I'd be saying Chick-fil-A, and they'd be like, Chick-fil-A. I'm like, I'm just doing that. Like, Chick-fil-A. And for the longest time, I didn't even realize that it was a K in it. I swear for goodness. I just thought it was CHIC. They're like, no, it's a K in there. I'm like, oh.
Wait, put that back. Put that other picture back. Look, you saw that?
Oh, the other one.
I see you.
Okay, hold on.
We see the movies, Hayden.
Should they bring it back now, y'all?
Oh, she's so pretty.
Okay. So the pinky views. Do y'all like those bathing suits that are peekaboo?
What?
The bathing suit, the new bathing suit style that's like called a peekaboo, where they're showing like the bottom of your boob more, or just the top
Yeah,
more.
it's this bikini tying technique that I saw on TikTok where you start like tying with the bottom first and then you tie the top instead of the other way around. And then you get the little peeky boo and then
Yeah.
it's like it feels like very secure. I tried it and I did fucking like jumping jacks and it did not move. So I was like, hello?
I love it.
I think it's cute. I think it's cute.
My Bryce is turning around in his bed.
You know what, Bison, you about to get booted off the Adrian side per
I know.
But you ain't
Bryson.
invite,
Let me drop him.
you're not adding to our conversation.
No. Man, he just tussling over there in his bed trying to find a comfortable spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's a beautiful bathing suit. Look at them boobies.
It is.
Good morning, Ivy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, the boys. Yeah, I don't think I can't. Then it's just like you couldn't think of anything better, Bryson, than to talk about meeting somebody at the movies.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The movies, you can't talk to nobody. It's like, shh, be quiet. How you supposed to really get a conversation?
But the thing is, how do you actually meet somebody at the movie? Most of the time, people are going to the movies with somebody, even if it's with their family members, their kids, their mom, their dad. They're going to the movie. I don't like going. You like going to the movies, but I don't like going to the movies by myself though.
Yeah.
I
haven't
don't know.
often, but I have gone to the movie by myself. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe Hayden, you might not know about this, but Adrian, you probably do. But the movies that have like dinner theaters, you know how we
Yes.
sit down like movie, dinner in a movie.
I like
Yeah.
those. I do like those. Good morning, the
Those I
boys.
think are kind of cool because then you can it's like sort of an intermission in between.
Right,
and then
exactly. And then you could have a conversation in between, and then we could catch up on the movie.
Yeah. So that part I think is okay when you have a person but you're still there with the person. You're still there with that
You
person.
still, and right, exactly. And then you could still have a conversation with the person after the movie, so we could discuss the movie. Like I went to go see Sinners. That was the last movie that I went to go see, and I went with a girlfriend of mine from work. And so it was, so we were able to discuss it afterwards. We were, you know what I mean? And thank you to boss for the gifts. And so we were able to have a conversation. So I can't understand, like, but it's like, then I have to go. So I'm asking everybody else about it. I'm like, oh, have you seen? Nobody's ever seen it. But if I actually went with somebody, then I'm able to have a conversation with that person about the movie. So like, but I have to like you again. I would have to like already have. That's like maybe like a second or third date type of situation if I'm going to a movie date with you.
Or no. For me, I'm not gonna lie. If it was something I really wanted to see, and it's like, oh, I want to go see this, and that person like, yeah, I wanted to see that too, but bet, all right, it's a date, something like that, and then you're going to enjoy the movie. But I'm not coming there to meet nobody afterwards. Or I'm not coming there to just meet some random person like, hey, you want to go see this together? Or I'm
right,
sitting
a first date type of thing.
Yeah, and they had to see over next to me, and we both sitting as singles, and I look over them, they look over at me, and we say, hi, now we lock eyes, and now it ain't gonna work like that, because I'm trying to focus on the screen. If you say something to me, girl, what's your name, what's your number, I'm like, you know what, you're doing too much right now.
That's just weird. I don't want
I've never encountered that. I've encountered somebody going to the bathroom, and he was like, how you doing? And I was like, ooh, I'm doing good. He's like, fine. And he turned around and was with a girl. I'm like,
well, that bullshit. That good morning, Adrian. Yeah, that's that bullshit too. You with a whole other woman, and you gonna sit here and try to pick me up at the damn movie?
Exactly. And I'm trying to pee. I gotta pee and get back inside. We ain't got time for it. Nah, bro.
Yeah, that shit is weird. So I don't think it's for him to even say that. First of all, he probably hasn't been outside of his house in fucking years anyway. So he just, people don't think before they fucking speak. He might have thought it sounded cool, but it sounded stupid as hell when he said it.
No, I mean, I ain't gonna front. I mean, maybe he wasn't thinking and he just said, no, meet somebody at the movie theater. But I'm like, I'm walking out. I don't know.
Maybe he didn't understand the question. Maybe he thought that a good date was at the movie theater. Maybe like that would have been a good first date. Maybe, all right, let's give him the benefit of that. Maybe he doesn't understand the question.
It's a good place to take somebody that you've been dating for a while. Absolutely.
Right.
right, so then a question for both you ladies. When you're with somebody, no matter how long you're with them, do you think you should still have date nights?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think that's mandatory that a man
It
should
is.
we have a date night at least once a week. And if you do more than that's great. But a date night once a week is cool. That's 4 dates a month that you definitely go and take you. I don't care if it is the movies. I don't care if it is to go, ski and bowling or anything, shoot at the range, anything that's different than sitting in the house watching darn TV or being on the computer or whatever, anything other than
I completely agree. And I think, you know what it is? And I was thinking about that because I've been posting a lot of, look, he's trying to come up here again. I post a lot of I have a lot of pictures, and a lot of my pictures are all with my ex-husband because I was married for 15 years, and we did a lot of fucking things. But when I really think about it, the reason why we did a lot of things is because I was the one who initiated it. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the type of person that was like, let's go and do something. I was like, come on, let's go do this, let's do that, because to me, I was tired of listening to the same fucking stories over and over and over again. So when you have date nights, you're creating new memories, new conversations, new stories to talk about. So we've been together for 15 years and we're still talking about a date, our first date. Like, come on, like, that shit gets boring. How many times I want to hear about the first date? Let's talk about the date we had last week. That's how conversations keep on growing, or relationships keep on growing, is because we got new experiences, new memories together. But if we're not creating new memories together, then the relationship gets stale and it gets old.
Absolutely. And I think that it shouldn't just be you doing all the planning.
Right, well, that's the reason why we ended up getting divorced, but... Because that gets tiring after a while too. All right, Brayson, you back up here. Did you do that on purpose?
I did it because I love y'all as a friend.
Okay, we can love you back, but don't be falling asleep on us.
I don't want you to love me as a friend because I ain't your friend. But you can love me as a person.
Okay. So I'm
Okay,
not
so
your
you
friend
sound up now. You better? You good? What's the matter? You had to get out the house, and that's the reason why you're able to talk now?
No, I got a house. I gotta go to work.
Okay, so you was sleeping.
No, I wasn't sleeping. I was going to work.
Okay, well, you sounded so quiet earlier. Now you sound like you just did. You have your coffee?
No, I got my tea.
You got your tea. Okay, so did your tea give you some energy?
What kind of tea?
Yeah. Huh?
What kind of tea?
Green tea.
Okay, that's what's up. You got a point. I'm gonna give you a point back.
There you go. Yes,
Yes.
Because I'm a tea chick. I don't do coffee like that.
Good morning, H-Town. Okay, so now that you up with us, okay, Bryson, do you have any? Okay, so Bryson, I don't know if all right. So Bryson, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not in a relationship right now.
Okay, when was the last time you dated? Had a date?
I had a date back in high school.
High school.
That's it.
Are you over 21?
Yeah, I'm over 21. I'm 46.
Oh. You haven't had a relationship since high school?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Wait a minute. Okay, so was that were you married for a long time and that's the reason why that was the last person you was on a date with?
No, I wasn't married. I was just, the date didn't work out well enough for me, so I just didn't want to date no more. So
you've been single for the last 30 years?
Yes.
Oh shit, you fucking lie.
I ain't lying for real. I ain't lying. Telling you the truth, girl.
Okay, well, all right. Well, okay, how about this? Have you been in a relationship since then?
No, I have not been in a relationship.
Have you had smacks in the last 30 years?
I had sex.
Okay.
Before.
But they just weren't dates.
Your mom's basement?
and they were humping around.
What's up with this?
What's up with what? What's up with you?
Hey.
I'm just trying to ask a question.
I'm ready for
You ready for
woman.
what?
I'm ready
We've
for a
been ready
woman.
for it. What you mean?
I'm ready for a woman. I'm ready to settle down for a woman.
Okay, so remember that hide and seek and stuff? So we were talking
Yes,
about you have to seek a woman, right? So to seek something is to go after it
yes, you do.
with intent. So okay, so when was the last time you actively seeked a person, a partner?
Oh, back in 2017.
Damn, like how do you know specific time? Like
Hey,
just
I
a long
remember
time
this.
ago?
I remember this.
You what?
I said I remember everything.
Yeah, because that's the last time you had a memory. That's what,
Yes.
like we were talking about before, Sunny. Like we can't keep on. If relationships to grow, you got to be active and keep on doing new things and keep on dating, so you can have newer memories than from 2007. I don't even remember 2017.
I
I
remember
can.
2 days and 17 minutes ago. I don't know.
Okay, so then you're not a seeker, then Bryson. You're more of a hider.
I'm not a hider. I just don't want to be with a woman.
You want
I can find one, but I just don't want to be with one right now.
you not right now. You didn't want to be one since 2017.
Lonnie, how you
Hey,
mean
is that
outdated?
stuff? That's almost 10 years ago.
Lonnie said I'm outdated.
Yeah, spoiled milk.
Spoiled milk.
Absolutely.
Now what kind of milk are you though?
Curls, cottage cheese.
Very
Ugh.
good. Very good.
Okay, so I don't understand. Is there a reason why you haven't been seeking?
It's because let me tell you this. It's not y'all. It's some of these girls out here.
Mm-mm.
Like I try to talk to some girl like real nice to them, and I try to ask about like, and then you got some of these girls who that be playing games with me, like, oh yeah, I really want to talk to you, I really want to blah blah this and this, but then you try to call them back or text them and say how you doing. They say, hey, call me back in a minute. I'm on the phone with somebody else. So I just like stop talking to them. Then
Okay, so when was the last time that happened to you?
that to me like in 2000, 2022.
So it's been like 3 years now, right? And your heart got broken because you found somebody and then they said they were interested and then they pulled back from you.
Well, it's not that. I like I said, she was the one said she wanted to talk to me, wanted to know me and all this. I said okay. So we started talking, we started getting to know each other a little bit, and then I backed off a little bit, off of her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not to be like calling her all the time. I don't want to wear her out like that. So I did that, and then when I called her back, like 2 weeks later, she was like, "Hey, I'm on the phone with somebody else," and I said, "She said call me back later on." So I did call her back later, and she didn't answer her phone. I was like, "Oh, okay, I see how this goes." So she was like playing with my mind, like she was like talking to somebody else on the phone instead of me.
So
Okay,
it sounds
so
like you
she
didn't
found that she wasn't interested in you. Oh, and that's okay, right? Because everybody doesn't have to, just because you like somebody doesn't mean they gotta like you back, right? She had a conversation with you. She realized that you guys didn't blend, right? And she moved on, right? That should be okay.
No, it's not that. We did went out one time. We did went out on a
And
little.
she didn't like you, Bryson. I mean, at the end of the day, she went out with you. She didn't like your personality, and she didn't like you no more. Cool. Move on
No,
to the
she
next
did.
person.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. She did like me, but it's just that she was talking to somebody else while me and her was talking. You know
Right.
what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
If she was talking to
I mean
someone
you should
else, she doesn't
do more
like
than
you.
one time. It's okay to date one person at a
Okay,
time.
okay, okay,
You don't
okay,
have to you
okay.
don't have to be convinced.
She didn't like me then. Okay, she didn't like me then.
Huh?
and that's okay for somebody not to like
I'm
you?
not
I
saying
mean,
that she doesn't
right?
have to like you.
That shouldn't. I mean, that's a long time to be like, just because one person doesn't like me, that means I have to wait. I'm waiting. How many years is that? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 8 years.
Okay. Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this question then.
Yeah.
If a man say, "Hey, I want to talk to you," and he say you pretty, and then you tell him, "Okay, let's talk," and then about 2 weeks later you try to call him back, and then he tells you, "I'm on the phone with somebody else." Does that mean she don't like you? Does that mean you don't like him?
No,
Or
I mean,
no, that's not true. He talking
okay
to
then.
somebody else.
I don't like you enough to stop at me from talking to anybody else. But I don't know. What do you ladies think?
That's why I'm trying to get to you.
Okay.
That's why I'm
I
trying to
think
get you.
that's okay, Bryson. I think what happens is you maybe not understand, like, with anybody, I think it's okay to talk to whomever you want to talk to, as many people as you want to talk to. You can go out on a date with as many people as you want to go out on a date with. It's when you make a commitment to a person and say, hey, I want to just date you, then they shouldn't be going out with someone else or talking to someone else in that romantic way, because then that would be like they're not really committed to you. But if you just like somebody and that person no longer likes you, or that person's interested in someone else, and then they decide not to talk to you, that's okay. That's when we have to learn to just let that person go and then find someone else. There's so many people in this world. I promise there's going to be somebody else that's interested. You don't worry about it anymore. You don't get overwhelmed and you don't act out on it. You just move on.
Well, I didn't act out with nothing. I just move on. I just move on myself. I say, okay, you
So
know
you
what?
haven't moved on, Bryson. You haven't been on a date since.
Yeah, I haven't been on a date since, but still, I'm just like, okay, they ain't good for me then. So I'll leave it alone then.
Right, but yeah, but
You don't want to be single.
Huh?
But you said you didn't want to be single.
I know. Well, I don't want to be single right now. I'm 46.
right.
Trying
So
to,
go on a date.
Looking.
okay, okay then.
And don't meet them at the movie theater. That's the worst place for you.
Yeah, don't do that. You know what? Do you work out?
Yeah, you see my picture. I work out. My videos
Okay,
on my,
so you go
on my
to
page.
the gym. If you're in the gym and you see somebody that's attractive, then you look at them. If they give you a look that looks more than just a smile, then you just kind of say, "How you doing? Did you need help with that weight? Do you want me to spot you, or would you like a bottle of water? I'm about to go get one. Anything to try to spark a conversation. But I guess don't stare too hard, because I can't stand when people are staring at me for a long time when I'm
That's
working
weird.
out. I don't like a person.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that like that. I don't do that in the gym.
No, I'm understanding. I'm just trying to give you some pointers.
Yeah.
I'm a woman that's in the gym often, and I don't like when people stare at me for a very long time, even if they're attractive. But if I'm working out and somebody, says, how you doing? I say hi. I keep it moving. If I'm not interested, if I'm, interested, I'll look back at them again. Or
Give them a smile.
yeah, if they give you a smile, or like a shy smile, like a weak kind of smile or something like that, then maybe you can say, you know what, you're very attractive, or would you like for me to spot you on the weights when you're ready to go over there, something like that, just to start a fun conversation. Like Hayden said, we like comedy, we like happiness, we like positive vibes,
Energy.
It's just any kind of better energy than just
What you giving us now? It's flirting. So Bryson, did you go to the gym? 'Cause I think the gym is a great place to meet people. I would think, because then you already know that you got something in common, right? You both like to exercise.
Yep.
So Bryson,
Yeah,
you
you
never
like
seen
what-
anybody at the gym? Like you never flirted with anybody at the gym?
Huh? What?
Have you ever flirted? And was there anybody at the gym that you were interested in?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, is there anywhere
I have-
else you go to? Do you eat healthy? Like, do you go to like a smoothie bar or tropical smoothie or Smoothie King or any place that have a smoothie? Like, I'm trying to figure out
Well,
some
I
place that you can go to.
Like I go to the like the park.
Okay. Okay, so there's people walk. There's women I know that like, especially like to exercise. People like to walk their dogs, or they like to take a walk. They like to outside, right? So, have you ever been to the park? Okay, when was the last time you actually saw a woman that you was interested in?
Uh, I saw one last week.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I saw one last week.
Okay, where was that at?
It was at a she was coming out of the grocery store.
Oh, that's a good place too.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
did you open the door for her?
Walk with a bag.
No, I was in my car, and she was going to her car, and she was already had her door already open already before I can get there.
Oh, you missed that one. You missed that
Did
one.
did you get eye contact with her?
No, I did not.
Oh, you missed that.
So you were just kind of, I can't stand. So you were just looking. Look at that staring stuff that we were talking about, Sunny.
Yeah, we
No,
went.
I wasn't. I had when I saw her come out the store, I was like, "Man, she's pretty. She's cute." Then I was like, then when she was walking to her car, already had a door open. She already had put half her stuff in the car. Then she was already getting
Oh,
the
is she
car.
a fast walker?
I don't know if
Before I
she
get out
was
the grocery
walking
store,
out.
why didn't you get out the car?
I was trying to get out my car before she ever get to the car. You get to her car, but she already left already. By the time I got to the car, she left.
Dang it. You ain't having no mask or nothing, did you?
No.
I got
I'm
scared.
joking. I'm joking.
Why
Right,
is man
so
staring at me for the last 5 minutes since I got out the grocery store until I got into my car?
Can anybody give Bryson some advice, like what he can do, like if he's ever in that situation,
Okay.
a good thing to say to a woman in a grocery store?
I mean, the thing is, it's like to me again, it's being playing that hide and seek game, right? Because to me, it seems like he's hiding. He was hiding in his car because if you're actively seeking something, if you actually want to go find the person, it's an action. It's an action word. Seeking is actually doing it. It's not hiding behind a tree waiting for somebody to come and get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. You're right.
You got to be seen. You got to be out there. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're
say
right.
for instance, you got this picture where your shirt is off. It looks like your pecs are nice. I'm not sure about your abs. I really can't, scope you. I haven't gone to your page or none of the above. So you got a nice physique.
That didn't help.
So say for instance that you're outside and you're walking a trail. Say the temperature is over 70 degrees. Because if you're walking with your shirt off at 60 degrees, I'm gonna look at you like nuts, like this dude. But if you're out there and it's 80 degrees and it's hot, take your shirt off. A woman likes to see a nice body. Doesn't mean that she needs to do anything or whatever, but just like you yourself
That's a great
are
idea,
human,
Sonny.
you like to see a physical feature of a woman that might make you interested. So a woman sees you and they give you that eye, and you're
Yeah.
walking or you're jogging. Yeah, that face that Adrian's face is right behind.
Come on, man. You gotta coach.
I'm a flirt.
She
I'm a
gonna
flirt,
be
and
ready.
Sony, I'm pretty sure that you are a flirt too. So I'll catch a man's eye. I will make if I was interested in somebody, even if I'm not even interested. There'd be little old men at the fucking grocery store that I'll be like, give him a nice little smile and a little eye thing, just to have a conversation. Good morning,
Yeah.
pancake.
Or you know what? You know what's a good one, Bryson, if you're at the store? I'm not saying doing this to all the people, and I'm not saying whether you're rich or poor, broke, I don't know matter. But always keep $10 aside. If you see the lady behind you has like a bottle of water or a bottle of juice or something, that's pretty cheap, under $10, and she's sitting there and she's behind you, then tell the lady, you know what? You can ring her up on me. And it's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. It's a different kind of feeling. How do you feel about that, Adrian, as an icebreaker?
I think it's a great thing. I just think Bryson's cheap.
I don't know if Bryson's cheap, but we can't just assume that. I'm just trying to figure out an icebreaker that might be, in the door to have a conversation.
Okay, so has that ever? I don't think that has ever happened to me, Sunny. That was an amazing idea, but I can't even get a man to go get me to go on a coffee date because they be feeling like that's too fucking expensive and too much money to invest in. So, but has it ever happened to
Dunkin'
you?
Donuts, a Dunkin' Donuts coffee or a donut or something is easy to buy for the person behind
I'll
you.
be telling them meet me at the Wawa at the gas station. I'm like, listen, we could just meet at the gas station and grab a cup of
Everybody
coffee
ain't
and
got
sit outside.
Wawa. Everybody ain't got Wawa.
I want whatever the case may be. It's just like we could just have a like real quick, and they'd be like, "Well, I want to get to know you before we can have this coffee." I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. We could get to know each other while we having the coffee.
Okay, so say for instance, I'm walking out there by myself, and somebody walks past me and they laps me once or twice because they jog by me. Because you know, a lot of times these dudes ain't really running or jogging hard until they get close and they try to act like they really work it out. You're like, all of a sudden you jogging because I seen you. But at the same time, I think that's a good opportunity to say to a person, I see you out here getting it in. Do you mind if I walk with you? I'm out here by myself. No problem. All you doing is walking next to that person. I don't get mad if a person just tries to walk next to me. Now, if they try to grab my arm or they looking intimidating,
Right.
different thing. So as long as you don't look intimidated, Bryson, you might be able to say to that person that you're interested in on the track, do you mind if I walk with you? Because I'm out here by myself. I just didn't want to be out here just in case someone grabs me.
He ain't doing none of that shit.
How's everybody doing?
Good morning, divorce. How you doing this morning?
I was just waiting for the conversation, just back to say hi. Good morning.
Good morning. I love that. Thank you so much for joining in and coming up in here and having a conversation with us because we are trying really hard.
I think the boss might
I'm
have
Gucci with it.
The boss might have some game for our friend Bryson over here. The boss hit him with it.
I all right, well, we have to find out. Let me ask, is you up here now, the boys? Are you married?
Nope, I'm divorced.
Okay, and how long has it been since you've been divorced?
Me, 6 years.
Okay, and was that the last relationship you ever been in?
My first and last marriage. But I've been basically, dating other people along the way.
Okay.
So,
Well, okay. So dating. So, but have you been in another relationship? Not marriage, but just like another relationships. Just
yeah, just here and there,
okay. Okay, I like your little
So
here and there shit. Okay, that's cool. When was the last time you went on a date?
I don't play with dates.
Where's that?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I just don't mess around with dates. I
So
like
when
to
was
take
the
a
last time
woman
you
out to
guys
eat.
met?
I love to take a woman out to eat, you know what I mean? Have a good time in a movie, but
That's a date.
yeah, but it's just basically, I love to do that, but most of the women that I mess around with, I guess, they don't want to do none of that.
Right, it's
It's,
boring.
they
All right,
bored,
so
it's almost like bored.
yeah, it is
So,
boring.
All
So
right,
you
so
know
you
that.
want
Why
to
don't you
label
try
it.
something different?
what's that?
I was saying
Listen,
you
if
don't
you
want to
know that, then
label
what?
it.
Okay, it's funny. Sony, I'll get it right. I'm gonna write it down somewhere.
I just heard two conversations, so I didn't know.
Yes, let Sony ask you a question because she's nicer than I am.
No, I'm fine. I was just trying to clarify that you don't want to label it as a date.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because what does dating mean to you? So, like me and Sony to consider dating just what it is, a date, right? It's just a time that me and you are gonna get together and spend some time with each other. There's no really like
Yeah.
intentions on it, right? So
Yeah,
but a
basically.
lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people think they have intentions when you're going on a date. It's more, it's gonna be, is this gonna be my potential partner? Is this gonna be my, is it gonna be like Bryson? He had one date with a girl and he thought that they were locked in. So what does dating mean to you?
Well, dating means to me is basically is like I don't have to go and take you out to a fancy restaurant, and do all this other things in the movies. You know what I mean? I'd rather just order out, sit there, watch a movie, and cuddle. That's
With
a
somebody
date,
you just met?
huh?
With somebody you just met?
No, not somebody I just met. Basically, is I mean, like if I think that if we could date for a while, but I would put it like, okay, if we finally getting somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if we finally if we in like in the first few months or whatever.
Okay, so how do you get to know the person then if you're not
Yeah.
going on dates with them?
Let's give it the
Well,
start, the beginning.
no, we
It's
just no,
always
we
the
just go
end.
out.
You
We
never get
just
the
go out and
beginning.
have fun. We just go out and have fun. Go to the carnival or something.
Okay,
How
so
do
that
you
you don't
meet?
consider
How
that
do
a
you
date?
meet the person? How do you
Well,
meet the
I don't
person?
know. I didn't really never think about it as a date. So I just think that we just going out and having a good time. You know. So I'm more about women. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's not like these little girls. These little girls wanna, they just want to play around too much. So a woman actually knows what she
Taking
wants.
women to carnivals. Sorry.
No, because you know what? You're having a good time though.
Right. So that's. I mean. Right.
I would consider, yeah, I would consider that a date. But like she said, to me personally, I don't consider none of that a date. I just consider it as like having a good time.
Okay, so then where do you meet this individual? Like, where do you usually go to find a person when you're looking for someone?
Well, basically, it just happens. I don't know. It just happens.
All right, so you're randomly walking into the supermarket, or you're randomly walking into the gas station, and you open the door for somebody, and they say, "How you doing?" Like, I'm doing good now that.
Well, yeah, that to me that is like, see, it's like to me that's respectful. I open up the gas station door or whatever, the supermarket door.
I got you. Now,
Just hey, how you
the
doing?
first
Keep
thing
on
you
moving.
say to this person that you find to be very attractive, what do you say to her?
Well, I'm normally at the beach, so.
Okay, and I'm a beach person. So
Me too.
I'm at the beach.
We're all beach people.
Yeah, okay, so we pulled up to the beach. I'm laying there, Adrian laying there, and you just show up. Do you go like put your beach stuff next to mine or his?
Oh, that's a great idea.
No, I got to keep a distance.
Okay, so how are you gonna talk to me? So I'm trying to figure out how you're meeting this person. I'm at the beach.
Because you think about it, you think about it when someone comes to the beach and you're like, oh, she's attractive woman, but you know what I mean. But you got to make your own little spot. So, but you just like, oh, how you doing? How you doing? But now you meet them towards when you walk.
So you're another hider. So
No,
yeah, because it's creepy. This is you're just sitting back and just watching.
no, I don't watch. I just do my own thing. So.
But how do I talk to you? If I'm interested in you, you walk past.
Well, if you talk, if it's almost like if you talk to me, I'll talk to you. You know what I mean? I try to be respectful.
You're not a seeker.
Just walk far past, baby. Listen to me. I'm laying on the beach. You just walked up and you seen that I'm attractive. And you say, damn, she look good, but I ain't going to just run up on her. So you respectfully go in a close enough.
You give him the eyes, so we got to give him a clue, right? Yeah. So I'm walking out the water. I see you on the beach. You're sitting there by yourself in your towel. And I look at you and I go, right? And I smile at you, right?
Yeah.
Now what?
I go like this to you.
No, I gotta be respectful though, right? A smile's a smile.
I'm saying though, if I give you the eye, I'm walking.
Can I put you in the big box? I don't know if I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to get me to real quick.
I'm saying I walked past you because you didn't park like five blocks over now. Mind you, you just said you came in and you didn't park near me, like where I'm just at an angle.
No, I mean like maybe in front and maybe a back or something, somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna give you advice. If you're interested, park on the side. So now I'm walking over and I went down to the beach. Now I'm walking back slowly and I look over at you and I go like this. What do you say?
Well, for me, I gotta be respectful because you know what? It's like I don't know how to take that. It's like you can give me one or two options.
Okay, so I walk past you and I go like this.
Oh, then right there, that's just telling me that something like, hey, maybe I was gonna say hi back, where I could talk.
Okay, now open the door. Now tell me what you're going to say. This chick right here, in this picture right here, walking up to you, and I just gave you the hand and you said something. Now shoot your shot. Let me hear what you got to say.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not a person who shoots a shot. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
Sorry, the boss. You're gonna be single. You're gonna be single. Bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't do that.
We know.
No, I'm respectful. I don't know.
I feel the respect, but how you gonna ever get to know me? And guys tell me all the time, I don't know how to take people. I don't know how to contact a woman to say nothing. What should I say? I say just say hi.
You say hi. Yeah, you say hi. How you doing? Get to know the person, but you're not gonna just jump. You're gonna jump the gun.
I'm giving you the open door. I'm saying hi.
Yeah. Hey, just because you give me an open door doesn't mean I could walk in.
That's fine, but how do you originally get to know a person? You have to have a conversation. I just said hello. I'm opening the door.
Yeah, you know, I was
I'm
like,
literally smiling at you. I'm waving at you. Like, how much more do the women have to do?
I mean, but
Grab
if I
you
pull,
and say,
if
"Come
I take,
here."
but if
no,
I pull my shirt
it's
down,
not,
now
it's
I'm
not all
perverted.
about that. It's just all about look. You could smile at me all day long. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women that smile at me and wave, but it's not
Maybe
like,
because
hey,
they
I'm just
like
gonna sit there
you,
and be like,
the
oh my god,
boys.
you know,
Maybe because
yes,
they like you. You never thought of that? Like maybe they're smiling at you because they want you to come up to them and be the man, the leader.
yeah. But you know what? But for me to go up to a woman and just be like, hey, you know, if I want to sit there and be like, you know, be that broad dog and sit there and say, hey, look, I'm gonna come up in here, I'm gonna smile at you and wave at you and tell you that you look good. You know what I mean? You're a beautiful, attractive woman, but I know I'm not your type, but I just
Wait,
wanted to give you a heads up.
wait. How do you know that?
No, because I already know. I
How
could,
you know?
you
You a
know,
mind reader too? Yo, let me.
no, I'm not a mind reader. It's just basically, it's like, you get those beautiful women. You know what I mean? You get those beautiful women that basically, that's always trying to do something different. So, and it's like, you know what I
No,
mean? It's like, you know what I mean? But you know the group that you're in. It's almost like that's how I feel. It's like it's a group,
there's
I
a
guess.
group.
I guess that's how I feel. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you
that's
Like,
how
don't
I feel.
know.
what
What
kind
kind
of
of
group
group?
is
Is there
this?
a group of women?
No, I don't even know. I'm just sitting there. It's like, you know what I
Really?
mean? 'Cause-
I
I'm
don't get it.
scared.
I don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't
I
understand.
feel
Okay,
labeled. I feel labeled.
I feel labeled
No.
too.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
Or
that. I'm just saying.
prejudged.
It's just that no, that's how I just feel. It's like because it seems like you know what I mean. It's like if I said something to like a different like a girl or whatever. You know what I mean that was younger or something. You know, because see, I'm 41. So if I go like if I'm like all right, she's 35 and I'm like oh hey how you
How
doing?
you
She's
know?
like I don't know. To me that's how I just feel. I don't know. It's like because she just looks at me differently. I guess. I feel
I
that.
think you're thinking way too much, the boys. At 41 years old, you are thinking way too
No,
much.
that's why I say to myself.
All right, well, if you happy that, are you happy that way?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
happy
fuck
that
it. If
way,
you
you
happy,
know.
if you
So,
happy, we love it. Fuck it. I don't know what to tell you.
hey, I'm happy that way. So,
All right, so you want to be alone forever?
no, I'm never alone. I'm always Gucci.
All right, I don't know what that means. What do you got a dog?
I'm never alone. I'm
You got
always
a dog?
Gucci.
You got a pet or something?
Huh?
You have a pet or something?
Oh no, I got what you call? I got two dogs. So,
All right. So
but
Somebody asked, "Are you poly?"
how
Polly?
is he Polly when he can't even talk to a fucking woman?
Hey, Lonnie, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help Lonnie out.
I seen Lottie, but that didn't even make any sense.
I know Lonnie said I'm 42 and I'm dating for a purpose.
And
Look,
that's great that somebody like if you like know what you want, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's why I was asking the boys, like if you happy just being alone for the rest of your life, that's great. Then you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I ain't gonna not gonna hold you. You stand on what you want, what you want. So when
No,
you so
because I'm gonna be honest. Because look, at a 20 almost 20 out of 20 years,
okay.
I've been in relationships and it only lasted. It's only a few. The last relationship it was last 10 years. So after my first and last marriage, she kind of like she dropped me. So it's like it made me kind of like made me feel like what I mean I thought my
You
first
weren't
and
good
last
enough.
marriage,
Did it make you feel like you were insecure? Did it make you insecure?
kinda, but no. So, and it's like what I mean it's like I always wanted my first marriage to be my last marriage.
Okay, I
I
think we
think
all
we
do.
all do.
Yeah, we all
You know what I
do.
mean?
Right.
But when she ruined that for me, it kind of like it's like man, how can I look at marriage the same anymore? You know.
That's just one person, though. That's
So,
just one person.
but it's like I turn around and say, you know what, I'm just gonna try to maybe stay single for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just
That's
grab.
It's been a
good.
lot of it. How long has it been? 6 years?
Yeah, but
That's a long
I've
time.
been in. I mean, like I've been in and out of relationships, but
Yeah, but it's not gonna work because you're still thinking about somebody from 6 years ago.
And they might
no,
hurt you.
it's
And that's
just
just a
that.
might.
But I'm working at that. You know what I mean? I'm working at
Okay,
that.
and how does one work at that?
Well, because I'm put it like this. I think we were better off friends, than together.
Do you still love
Um,
her? That's what it
Huh?
is. You
Well,
still love
she's
her?
my daughter's mother. Basically,
Okay.
she's my daughter's mother.
Okay.
So
Okay. So do you still love her? I don't know. One of the things that I do. Would you want to be
I
together
love
with
her
her
because
still?
she takes care of my daughter, but I'm not like in love with her like that.
Okay, but would you want to be in a family with her again, like a marriage with her again?
No,
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
I'd rather have my daughter than her.
Well, you should.
No, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And be honest,
Sure.
it's like I don't want a family again. I just want my daughter, you know what I mean? We just keep it the way we are having now, I think is better.
Well, I mean,
So
it always is better that way. But that you're having a child with somebody shouldn't. I mean, I honestly, I think that. I mean, when I was younger, I thought that way, right? When you have a child with somebody, you're supposed to have this happily ever after. That's why we
yeah,
try so hard to make it work. We try to fit something that's not supposed to be fitting, but we try to fit it
yeah,
anyway because we have a relationship, we have family together, we have a house together, we have dogs together. So we're in a relationship, we're in a
Don't
marriage.
forget about the
We're
fish.
committed. So
yeah.
we try to force that round ball into a square peg and we
That
try to
part.
make it work, right? So then we find out it doesn't work, right? Now we know better for our next time. I'm not gonna try to make it work. So if things don't match, if we don't fit, then I could just move on to the next thing that maybe can fit.
Yeah.
Right. But you still trying to figure out why that ball didn't fit.
No, I was just trying to figure out like why it went south. I was just trying to
That's
figure
not what
out.
I just said, but in a different way.
No, yeah, no, I get what you mean when you're saying the ball didn't fit, but I was just trying to wonder is like how things were, but you know what I mean. But I'm trying
I
to
think
move
that's
on
when
from
you
all
have
that.
to. I think when you and her have to get together and have like what's called a counseling session. But I think at this point, like you said, she's moved on. You moved on. Life is what it is. Y'all both
Yeah,
have y'all child, and y'all can be happy,
yeah.
together as
I'm believing
collective
that. I'm more
parents.
happy for her. I'm more
Boom, there
happy
you
for her.
go. And if you don't meet anybody on the beach, then so be it. You're gonna go have a good time. You're gonna get sand all in your toes and have some beach water and salt all over you, and it's all good.
Let me ask you something, Sunny. And good morning, Jess. I see you up here. I know you're on the way
Good
to work.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So just as a
Hi,
fellow New
just
Yorker
saying.
too. He's a
Good
he's a
morning.
he's a
Good
New York.
morning.
He doesn't count because he's from up north. He's from Buffalo or Albany or
Hmm.
something.
It does count.
Oh
Anybody.
my.
Anything.
She just like picking on me. It's all right. This is our thing right here.
Okay, I
We
feel
have a
you.
thing. I didn't know we have a thing, Jess.
Ooh, it
That's
sound
what you
like
do every
you
time. So
got
what we
a
calling it? What we doing here? What we doing
Yeah.
here?
going
Going
on.
on.
Yeah. I'm the punching bag a little bit.
How would you say, Jess?
I said I'm the punching bag a little bit. You know, I
He's a
gotta
punching
come in and
bag. You
get my
like being a
daily
punching
dose.
bag. You like you. You're a hider too. So my conversation of the day was.
Ah, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well, at least you could fucking admit it. Go ahead, high five, Judge.
Yeah,
They
accountability.
talk
That's
about their
what's up.
secrets, and then when you start talking to them, they ain't seeking anything. They're hiding. So, but let me ask, and I'm gonna come back to you, Just. But let me ask you something, Sunny. Do you feel like, to me, I feel I can always tell if a person. I hate the word healed, right? But I mean, it's literally that's what it is, right? I always feel like when a person is healed. I know I got healing when I stopped talking negatively about my ex. If I when I talk to a person and they always talk about their exes from like 19 years ago and the hurt that she did and always pointing the finger at the other person, to me it's just like, all right, you got some healing that you got to do because we all hold responsibility on what went wrong, and you really do know. Like I know what I did wrong. I didn't want to admit it because nobody wants to admit that it's I played a part in this type of situation, but we all play a part in what didn't make anything worse. Sometimes it's just that we were just
Hmm.
young and dumb. We both didn't know any better. We're just doing what everybody's supposed to do. We have a kid together, we're supposed to be together, and we don't even know ourselves enough to know the other person to make the other person happy, right? So there's always some type of part in that. So did you feel that same way too? That you can tell what person is healed when they can own up to the things wrong?
I think to me, I would call it healed, yes, but at the same time, I call it maturing because maturity is very important to me. That's actually one of those priorities on my list that a person has to. It ain't about the healing; it's about maturing because you can be healed about a situation, but maturing
And
is
I'm sorry, I
like
keep on saying your name wrong.
being able to deal. Yeah, that part. This is like about trying to make sure that your insides have grown because you learned something from your relationship, because every relationship you should take something from. You should be learning from them, one thing or another. You've already overcome whatever the situation that you had with your last person. I didn't like this, I didn't like that, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. I don't want that to happen again. Ooh, I love this, I love that, and I love this. So you incorporate that thing from the past and invite that into your future with your next person or whomever. So I think it's a part of healing, but maturing more than anything, because I don't care about healing. You get a healed scab and you still have a mark on your leg sometimes, but sometimes you have a healed scab and you're going to see it forever. So everything, is going to basically be accordant. But when you're mature, then you're going to,
I like that.
Yeah, I think the maturing part is the
that.
fact that you're running so fast and you trip on the curb. You might not fall again because you know where that curb is. If you mature enough, then you fall and you hurt yourself, but now you know how to heal that scab properly. Is a maturing part. So now you know, instead of just sitting there and let it ooze out and don't put like any bacitracin on or Neosporin or whatever, then you're not going to have a nasty scar that's going to last forever and a day. Then you got to keep saying to this person, when somebody see you, they say, "Oh, I see that scar on you." Yeah, I was running and I fell and I got this big scar. That's a part of maturing. But a person that's not mature, as you say, not healed, is going to sit around like, "Look, man, I ain't trying to run no more." Why you ain't trying to run no more? Because last time I was running, I fell. Okay, but so what? You still need to, exercise. That's your body needs it. Everybody has to get up and do something. If you sit still, you're going to be sedentary, and you're not going to be quote unquote this healed part.
I feel it makes a lot of sense, and I like. Thank you for getting a better word for me, because I think
it's cool.
I think that's because what you're saying makes a lot of sense, because I always felt like this, because even like mentioned maturing, right? So I think the way that I was when I was 20, I don't think the same way now that I'm almost 50. I'm matured. Life experiences have made me learn a few things, find out what my mistakes was, and not do it again. Maturing. So I think you're absolutely right. I think it's more of a maturity thing than it is. Like, because I always say, even with people who are married when they're younger, like one of those things that I feel like we don't give each other grace is that when we're younger, we don't know everything. It's like when we first are born, we don't learn how to talk. We have to learn how to talk. We have to learn how to walk. So we have to learn how to be a wife. We have to learn how to be a husband. We have to learn how to be parents. It's not something that automatically we know how to do. You have to mature in that title in order to be perfected of it. And that's the reason why I always think that when we talk about our exes, it's more of a maturing thing to realize we were just younger. They were saying that Lonnie had said it earlier about baby mother grew up and took 16 years, but later. Absolutely right. Like I have a great relationship with my oldest son's father. He's 20 years old, and maybe a couple of years ago, I sat him down and I'm like, you know what? Now we had that baby mama, baby daddy drama. Because we were young, we're 18, and we used to fight cats and dogs, and I used to do horrible things to him. And as I got older, as I got mature, I realized, listen, and I sat him down. I was like, I apologize for the shit that I put you through when I was younger. It took my maturity to realize that, like, listen, I just wanted a family. I thought that he was, I just wanted a family. I thought this when we have a kid together, that means we were supposed to be together. We were supposed to have this happily ever after, because when I was younger, I thought that way. But as I got older, I realized, again, you don't have to be with somebody just because you're with somebody. You don't have to try to make it work. But back then, I felt that way. So, yeah, I definitely, it's maturity, and I know that I said long to agree with you, but thank you for Sunni for I want to use that word more often.
Yeah, that's what's up, Adrian. To think about it, I think when we were younger, it's like a woman is going to always mature faster than a man. That's how it's been forever in the days. Like our minds are different than theirs, and it's not to say anything negative about a man. We just mature a little bit faster. So because that's the case scenario, when you meet somebody, you automatically at the point where you like, what? That's gonna be my boyfriend. That's gonna be my husband. That's gonna be my son's father, my daughter's father, whatever. We already looking at the house and the whole caboot. When man is just like, damn, that look good. I want to hit that. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. We all the way at the end of the story just because he looked good and he smiled at me. Whereas though a man is like, dang, she look good. He just worrying about how he gonna hit it. If this gonna be his girlfriend, if this gonna be the person that he gonna knock out every week, or is this gonna be the person he wants to marry? They usually know that by looking at a woman early on, but they not looking at, okay, can I marry this person? Is this person going to be great for me? Is this person going to be good for my family? Is it going to help grow and mature me? You know, et cetera, et cetera. They don't look that far out from the door. They may say, okay, this one I want to be my wife.
But now
they don't
now that
think
they're
about all
older,
the
it's
little
kind of weird. Now
nuances
that they're older, and we don't think that
Well,
way. We're like, we don't need to worry about that happily, and we're just thinking of the short term. Now they're thinking about the long term.
Well, you know why they think about the long term, and excuse anybody that's over 50, 60, I don't know how old, but it's because they get older and then they trying to figure out, damn, my mom's not here to take care of me no more. Now who the heck is gonna do that? You know, you can grow old. You gotta remember those phases of life. You done met somebody. I'm saying I'm just saying you met somebody, like you just said, when you was in your 20s and y'all then went hard at, or even in your teens, and you end up getting, you know, a child very young because all you really was worried about was the hormones popping, like, ooh, that he look good, ooh, dang, she banging, look at her butt, blah blah blah, whatever's going on hormonally when you're young. And then you get to that point where now you were intimate, and now here comes a kid because you weren't protected. Wow, we messed up. So now we're moving forward, and you can't change that because now this kid is on the way. And now you got to make a decision. Well, he like, dang, I didn't want that, man. I only wanted a, you know, a abortion, you know, whatever the situation when you pop it. But then it's like the woman like, well, it's mine, and I'm regardless. I got to be like, well, look, I'm just going to send you some money because I ain't got no time for this. I didn't plan on this. So it's a different mindset because you're not mature at that point. You are just not mature. So at that point, you making a decision based upon the way a person looked and not a way a person can grow and mature with you. And you don't think, okay, I want to be this person's, you know, baby mother. That's not even a good title, baby's mother. Okay. I mean, the same thing, but, you know, first of all, there is a father, and it only takes two things to become a father: sperm and money. Why? Because you're going to ejaculate, and then at that point, you got a kid, so the government's going to expect for you to pay for that kid. So is the baby mom, school, whoever you're going to deal with. So those two things take
that very wholeheartedly, but okay.
I'm just saying
it's a very generalized statement.
It's very generalized. Hold on, let me finish telling you. So
I know she's like me. Sony's like me. We're little chatterboxes.
Right. Let me just give it to you. I'm not trying to put a box. I'm not putting it in a box. I'm just saying. So that's all it really takes to become a father. So then you got the sperm and the money, and then to be a dad, that's going to be the person that's going to wake up with the kid or want to go pick up the kid, whether they're in a relationship or not, do those things with the kid like the fathers do or the dads do. And you say, okay, I'm going to show you things, teach them how to ride a bike, teach them how to, you know, work on a car, teach them, you know, how to have fun, teach her, you know, what a man's supposed to do.
Let me ask you something. Come on, easy, but Sunny, that has to do with maturity too, right? Because not all men know how to be fathers when they just first have a dad. They don't. They have to learn how to do that. They don't have to.
They learn it.
They like, I had to teach my ex-husband to be that way to my youngest son, which wasn't his son, but he became a great dad to my youngest son because I had to teach him how to be a father. He was a horrible father to his own son, but he was an amazing one to mine because I had to teach him that, unfortunately.
But he had to grow up. That was the maturing part. And then the other part, which is the last part of the three entities of being a father, a dad, and then a parent. Because when you're a parent, you do everything. And you teach them the morals of life. You teach them responsibilities of life. You teach them mature things because you're being a parent. You're not just saying, oh, man, just don't tell mom, don't tell mom. That's what the dad is doing. The father might do it. The dad might do it. The parent might do it. Don't tell mom we're doing this, but we're having fun. You know, but at the same time, when you're teaching a child how to grow up properly, then you're instilling proper things in them. Comes with that, the maturity and the morals of life. That's when you're becoming a parent. You know, you're teaching them about adulting. You're teaching them about finances. You're teaching them about the things that's important that's going to help them to grow into a mature adult. So that's when you're being a parent. So then, like I said, it's the three entities of being a parent. So then the father, the dad, and then being a parent. So that's what I think it takes in order to have a kid. So I'm quiet. Go ahead, y'all can curse out about everything else.
Thank you, Sunny, for sharing that with me. And good morning, Justin. Good morning, Charles. My question of the day. I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I was watching this video yesterday, and I'm gonna ask you, but both of y'all are in relationships, but we're gonna ask you anyway. I was talking about there was Angie Martinez was having a conversation with Keisha Cole, and she was saying, and Keisha Cole always has bad luck with men, and Angie Miss Martinez said she heard from a relationship coach or a matchmaker that you have to have 3 core values, and that's what you're going to look for in a person, of these core values, right? And when I actually thought about that, I wrote up my core values. One, they have to have some type of spirituality. They have some entity that they got to answer to. They have to fear something. Family is very important to me, and they have to be independent. They don't need me to teach them nothing. They're just very independent. They don't need for me to be for their security. They don't need me to sit there and stroke their ego. I'm an add-on. So that's what we were talking about. That was my main thing. And also with that, it's called hype.
Saying it, Phil.
Lonnie, I don't know. You're gonna have to hold on because I was talking, baby. You want somebody to be mature, but yeah, you're not mature yourself.
I ain't know I was on. I ain't know I was on the panel. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, baby. You want me to drop you, or you want to hear later?
Yeah.
And talk.
Yeah. I was just. I'm at rest. I'm at work. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I won't put you on mute, okay? Before you guys talk. Okay. So, my question to that was also about, I did my quiet time this morning, and it was about hiding and seeking. My quiet time was about seeking God, right? Because, I always do my quiet time in the morning. But I was thinking about that with relationships. When I Googled the word seek means to attentively find something. Like, you have to go after it. Seeking is something you got to go after, right? So with me and my quiet time was going after a relationship with God. But also when we hide and seek, seeking these core values that we're looking for in a partner. So my questions were, are you a hider or are you a seeker? Do you like to hide in the background? Now, what me and Sony has been noticing, a lot of men in here has been saying that they're seekers, but then when we start asking them questions, we're noticing that they're hiding because they're not actively seeking anybody, but yet they expect all these returns out of it. So I know that both of you men are involved. So my questions are, what are your core values?
Wait, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You said one of your core values was someone has to fear. You have to fear something.
I can't hear you, Charles. You're really muffled.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Hey, Shelly.
There. Can you hear me better now?
Not really.
Morning, Shelly.
No. Hold on a second. Let me take the headset.
You got a headset on? Are you on your way to work?
I just bought them.
Oh, well, they suck. You need to get my headphones. My headphones are the bomb. I love my headphones. I got like 5 pairs of them because I keep on losing them.
Let me comment on what someone was just asking in the comment. I think that was Sunni. In response to him saying that it's messed up that he wasn't able to spend time with the child growing because of what the mother did. And I think that part is because women sometimes can be immature, similar to what you were saying, Adrian, when you was pissed off because he didn't do what you wanted to do. So you did bad things because we weren't mature enough to think, you know what? It's dumb to act out or do things to a person because you're hurt by something that they did or didn't do. But that's the kind of things you do when you're immature because you're just angry and you want that person to feel the same way that you feel, as opposed to it being a situation where you grow up like, oh, you know what, that hurts, but I'm gonna let you grieve on this and we'll talk about it later and then come back to it. Sometimes we don't take that moment. Yes, you got to be able to control your emotions and feelings.
Not really, but we'll try to listen to you intently.
Good morning. Hang on, let me drop out of the box and restart this damn thing. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. Good morning, Knowledge. Okay, so Just, you heard what I was saying? Well, you want me to drop you, Charles?
Yeah, the core values.
Yeah. What are your core values, and does your partner have those core values?
All right, so the biggest thing for me is somebody that's grounded, right down to earth, humble. Man, what else? I don't really ask for a lot. I'm more of like I feel it out type of thing. If it don't feel right, I'll just exit. Man,
What does humble mean to you? That to me, that's like
somebody who's humble, like I don't know how to explain it. It's
listens
not a
to you.
submissive. It's not a submissive thing. It's an ability to put yourself second sometime for certain situations. You know what I'm saying? You don't always got to be first. You don't always got to be on top or in charge.
I have to be proud.
Right. Um. Definitely respectful, and I wouldn't say have like a spiritual thing because I could be the one to start you on your journey. I guess you're just getting 2 out of 3. Like this is hard for me.
I noticed. Okay, so just the lady that you are with, does she exhibit those qualities?
Yeah, she's down to earth. She's respectful. She can be disrespectful, like anybody can. And she got a good heart. She got a big heart.
Okay, but that wasn't one of that you said. Is she humble?
She can be. She can be.
She can be. Okay. So with these, okay. Well, I mean, you have a child with this person, so I can, and you've been with this person for a very long time, so I can understand where you are at. You're not actively like maybe you're not where you're not. You kind of stuff not.
So spit it out.
Because it's like too late. That's what I'm saying. Like you're not actively looking for a person. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like when you first started with this person, you wasn't. Okay. How about this? When you first attract, when you first started with this person, were you looking for those qualities?
No, actually,
or
no.
You learned
I
these
didn't.
qualities as you went on.
As I went on, I like to bang my head up against the wall until
I mean, we all do.
I'm hard headed, so that's what I said. Like for me, it's like a feel it out thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna observe you. If I feel like you're moving funny, I'm not even gonna continue down your path. If I observe you and I can see that you're a personable person, you're down to earth, you ain't bougie or attitudinal, then I might be a little bit more interested in.
But you don't do that now, just right? Because you're in a relationship, right? So you shouldn't.
No, this is what I was doing at the time. This is what I was doing at the time. Yeah, right now, no, I'm just, I'm about my business. I'm focused on my son and making sure that he's all right.
That makes sense, and I guess so goes back to what Sunni was saying before as well, right? The difference between being a dad, a father, and parenting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely 3 dynamics, definitely. And I'm learning because this is my first and only, and last ever. So this is a big learning experience for me.
Wait, so can I ask you a question real quick? When you said last ever, what does that mean?
That means I went to the chop shop. All right.
Okay, but just to let you know, that's not 100% guaranteed.
Well, I'm doing I get it, but I'm doing everything I can to make sure that within that realm, and obviously wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Yeah, so
I just always laugh because I know it's not 100. Nothing is 100%.
No, it's not.
Yeah, right. I got you. But so if say for instance that something that yes, much better. I can. I'm not sure what Adrian can do. But if you had something happen so miraculously and it was one, would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah, I definitely am. Handle my business type, handle my responsibilities and stuff. I'm not one of them. I don't believe in abortion, so let me put it like that.
I feel you. Okay.
And I believe that if it's mine, I got to do what I got to do by that. You know what I'm saying?
Amen on that one. Amen on that one. Just saying. That's what's up. I appreciate you holding yourself accountable on that tip.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Charles, I'm sorry. Now go ahead and finish saying what you're saying. Well, she walked away, but
good morning, everybody. And I'm sorry my headphones were being crappy this morning. Anyway, I'm glad everybody can hear me better now.
Yeah. Things happen.
So a couple of things I do want to kind of address. One thing, if you don't mind me addressing, and I'll ask her the question I was going to ask her in a minute, was pertain to her value. I noticed a very oversimplification of how you see a man to be with uh, uh, core value as well as very specific ways of describing what it takes to be a father, right? Is there a reason specifically that you have a very oversimplification of it, or is it just for the conversation where you so oversimplified the idea?
Okay, I
If you
think
don't
I
mind me
was just
asking.
trying to make. No, it's okay. I appreciate the question. It wasn't trying to be overly simplistic. It was just trying to be relative to everybody. So I made it a generalized blanket statement to say what it
Okay,
might take. As we
fair
know,
enough.
uh, as a human, that's what it takes is sperm. Because technically, you don't even need to pay. But nowadays in this country, unfortunately, if you don't pay, somebody coming for you.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that's what I wanted to kind of get an idea. Just kind of, so it's a generalization for copy that. So I'm not
No,
gonna
that's okay.
address sideways or anything. What because you know how guys get kind of little edgy, and I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm just getting my
We can
coffee
tell. We
started,
can
and
tell.
now
Wake
I'm
up,
just asking
Charles.
you
Wake up.
guys. Good morning. Good
Wake up,
morning.
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
And
Me and Sunni got a lot of
Adrian,
energy early in
now
the
my
morning.
question for you. Now my question for you.
Who's you?
You said
You,
that
Adrian.
you. I said it. I said your name,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Adrian. A
wasn't listening.
question for you.
He really is crazy.
um, is you said one of your core values is the man must fear something. Please explain that.
Um. Well, I mean, there's consequences to your actions. So I'm going
Okay.
to behave in a certain manner, or respond, or say things, or speak to somebody, or treat other people in a certain way because there's a consequence to my actions.
So
So,
I
and I
can
was thinking
know
of
that.
more like spiritually, right? Because I think that in a spiritual way, I am going to treat people good, and I'm going to love on people because I know that I fear God, right? I fear a higher. When I get to my heavenly Father, ask me, well, what did you do in the situation? I can say, well, I loved up on people, I cared about people, I encouraged people. So that's what I mean. Like, okay, and then in a way, like, say if you are, fear of losing your job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to behave a certain type of way at my job because um I need a job, I need a paycheck. I'm not gonna be all arrogant at my job and say fuck this job. I'm gonna walk around here and be disrespectful, come in late, not show up to work because I'm in fear of losing my job. So we could go in different ways. There's always like I am don't want to lose my wife. I don't want to lose my partner. So I'm not gonna tell you fuck you bitch, or I'm not gonna sit there and be disrespectful to her because I'm in fear of losing my person. That's what I meant.
Okay. So what it sounds more like you want someone who's accountable more than you want to fear something, because in that situation, in all those situations, this accountability is understanding that consequences are the actions have consequences, right? So I don't have to fear the fact that I'm going to lose my job. I just have to know that if I am going to do something stupid, I'm going to lose my damn job, right? So I know consequences have actions have consequences. But
You're right,
I'm just
Charles.
wondering, kind of clarifying, just I am not religious. We already understand that, and that's why again I was asked questions to clarify and understand. But I understand that your perspective is religious based more on that as well. So there is that fear of the higher power type of thing, God fearing or whatever the statement is properly. I copy that. I understand. Okay,
Okay, and I
no
gotta
worries.
I'm
And so.
gonna Google the word accountability because I think we use that word a lot, but a lot of people can't. I can hold myself accountable, but not do anything about it.
You know what? Can I make a statement
No,
here?
technically you can't because if you hold yourself accountable, then you're not. Then you're already doing something about it once you actually held yourself accountable, because that's part of the learning process.
Don't you have to do the wrong
So
before you do the right?
you do have to do the wrong because once you've done the wrong, you've made the mistake, right? And then you have to sit down and say, "All right, this is how I screwed up." And once I have screwed up, now I recognize that I have screwed up, and now I understand how to fix that problem. Or I'm
Right, but
going
if
to
you
now
fear
seek
something, you're
a
gonna do
way
right
to
from the
fix and
beginning
repair
because
that problem so I don't do it again.
Right. Okay. And so I get that part.
because
But
we're
when you
always
fear
going to
something,
fail.
you're
We're
not
always going to
going
make
to
mistakes.
put yourself into that type of position. You're not going to do the wrong because you already know what the consequences of it is.
But how do you know what the
But we
consequences
all will
are?
most likely end up there sometimes.
I mean, I'm not
In
gonna
some
run. I'm
ways,
not
we
going.
will do
Well,
that.
I guess. Well, I was gonna say I'm not gonna run into a burning building. But I guess. But I guess that goes back to with children, right? You don't know if
Just say,
something's
what if a
hiding in
child
certain
was in
lands,
there
and
in a
so.
burning building? You
Yeah.
probably would.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. What were you gonna say, son?
Now, I was going to say in reference to the statement, I'm agreeing on both ends. I guess my thought in that process of God fearing, because I am a religiously based person, I had to change my mindset of saying that word, saying God fearing, because
Right.
the fact that God says that He doesn't give us that spirit of fear.
Right.
So I put it as a God knowing situation as opposed to saying God fearing. Because if you
Right.
know certain things that you should be accountable for in that same sense spiritually, then you
Right.
should know what to do and what not to do. But at the same token, as Charles is saying, I feel like it's about knowing right and wrong. But you don't know wrong unless you know right, and you don't know right unless you know wrong. But you have to have something to have a measure.
Right.
And it has to be somebody's experience that was before you that's saying, well,
Right.
this technically is wrong. So if you do this, this is going to be the consequence of that. And then you make the decision whether or not you're going to do that and come out with that ending.
Right.
And there are many different types of
Or even
wrongs
like fearing
also,
your
if you think
parents,
about
right?
those types of wrongs. Well,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
parents
fear
are
my
usually
parents
supposed to teach
either.
you that.
Again,
Right, because if I'm like, if I
again,
don't want to get in trouble
my,
with my parents, I'm not going to do certain things because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to. But also that I love my parents so much, like Lonnie was saying too. You know, God love it. I love my parents so much. I don't want to disappoint them.
Yes. God is love.
Right. All right, Lonnie. No, all right. So Charles, did you answer my question? Because I had to go to the bathroom.
Lolani
I
has
did
been on
not yet
mute.
know. So I was just asking some clarifying questions around
Okay,
people. Really, that's what I was doing.
gotcha.
So go ahead and ask your question from the way that I
Damn,
feel
you
I can
wasn't paying
understand
attention.
it.
I gotta go through all this shit again.
No, I heard the whole monologue of it, but just the actual question
Oh,
itself. What was
Charles called it
asking?
a monologue.
You did call it a monologue.
No,
That's
that's
what
what
you
I said.
did, Charles.
I heard the monologue. Well, I love the monologue because how she explains, and I guess a lot of people look the word monologue as a bad thing. The monologue is not
No,
a
it's
bad
not.
thing. It
It's
is the
not. It
thing
was
where
cute.
but
I like the way you put it.
your monologue on explanation of how you came about it, and I understood all of that. I just didn't hear the question
What
itself
are your
because I was
three?
trying
What
to
are your
put these
three? Well,
headphones.
like what Sony has said, she called it non-negotiables, right? So, what are your three?
Yes.
What are your three? Not what do you look for? What do you so in seeking? What do you when you seek? And I know you already have a woman. So my question, like I asked Justice, what are your non-negotiables? What are you like? You're not bending on, and is that are those are in your woman that you have? Does she have those qualities?
So you're talking about so my non-negotiables for her, not so much for myself.
All right, like Sony has
What I
said,
put
her
right now.
non-negotiables,
Yes.
or like what I was saying was God fearing or God loving, right? And Sony was like
Yes.
they can't be a smoker because her allergies, right? So it could be really like very
Yep.
serious or very like it could be like very I hate the word superficial, but it could be like it could be very like stuff that you just like they got this person can't be like this. Just as said,
It's
she could be
a
humble.
major turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my non-negotiables are cheating first off and foremost. If you have ever cheated in your life, we are not going to have a
Oh
conversation.
wow. Okay.
It's just not going to happen. I spent 23 years over the road and 4 million miles driving a truck and never cheated on my two
Hold
ex-wives.
on, I'm gonna put you on mute. I don't know if she knows
So
she's up here.
I can expect that you didn't never cheated because right from wrong again, you know better.
Really,
You know,
Charles?
we all
Okay.
know better.
All right. Well, I'm out
Yes,
because I'm
ma'am.
a cheater.
My Edison the gun. No, no.
Oh, okay, but that's
And we have heard that conversation before, anyway. So my first one would be cheating. If you cheated,
okay.
we're not going to be in a
So if a
relationship. My
person never
second
cheated,
one
so so you have
would
to
be
know this person already, I guess. Because how would you mean? People don't just come up to you and be like, "Hey, Charles, I'm a cheater." Like,
yes.
all right,
Well, remember, I'm still in the process of talking with the young lady that I'm talking to as well. Remember, I'm old school, so I do take my time quite a bit. The other thing is how you treat your children.
That
That
was
is
one of
another
mine.
thing that I watch.
Right. I
That's
agree.
how you treat your children is very, very imperative because we talk about, earlier you were just saying, the fear of your parents. My children don't fear me. They
Oh, my
respect
phone.
me. They understand because we have conversations, right? And they know they can come to me about anything in the world because I am a single dad. I don't have that choice. They have to be able to have that openness, right, with me. Yes, sometimes some conversations with my girls are a little uncomfortable. I will admit that, but I suffer through them and find a way to address what they need me to address. But anyway, and I'm sure you ladies understand my point.
Absolutely.
Anyway, but
I
I
do.
don't want them to fear me. I want them to respect me enough to understand that first, when I say something, there's a reason for it. I'm going to guide you and treat and raise you that way. Things like. But anyway, my point is, before I monologue into that, because I will go because I haven't had my coffee all the way
Yes,
through.
that was a
The point
monologue.
is, yes, I was starting. So, how you are with children is very important. Okay, and then I will also say this: something else that I watch people watch very closely is how you treat servers or people who serve you or bring or help you,
Thank you.
because that tells me a lot about how you treat other
Right.
people and how you're going to treat me also as well. Because I'm going to be the one, obviously. Yes, I am the man of the house, and yes, I am all of those things, or that crap that everybody talks about, right? About men being men. Oh yeah. Anyway, but I am still going to. My ultimate job is to serve the woman that I am with, right? Because I am there to make sure that she is protected, and that is how I do service. Protection as well as as chivalry and things of that nature. Those kinds of things are required of me, and I require them of me, not her, but I do. So how you treat servers or how you treat people, other people, that's important. Those are the three things I really look for.
I love that. Those are great. And those are yours. So
All
I
right.
can
So can I
appreciate
ask
it.
him? Can I ask him one question?
Please.
Charles,
Absolutely,
have you ever cheated before?
absolutely not. I just said that.
Never. Like even
No,
growing up.
no.
Okay. Now, if I go in and look in that book and I ask for a snippet of your teenage years all the way up to however many years you are now, now I want to definitely see that there's no
You
possibility.
won't find one time.
All right, amen. I heard that.
There's a reason for that. See, I believe very strongly in your word. And
I
my
feel
word,
you.
even when I separated from my ex-wives and my second ex-wife, I moved completely out of state. When I moved completely out of state, I still didn't because we were technically, my word was, till we are while we are married. My word is with her, right? So I still didn't do any of that. So until we were divorced, I was not with another woman.
I feel you. I appreciate that. You know what? I'm gonna be very honest and tell you, I've never cheated on anyone that I was in a relationship with either, and I can appreciate someone not doing that. But most
But
men
I've
usually
been
do.
cheated
But
on
I
too,
understand.
so I know how it feels.
I don't know.
So
I think we've been there too.
Yeah. I think so too. No,
that's what I'm saying. And all that. Well, the main
that's
reason
where
why
we
that's
have.
so.
It takes a lot
I
of
was in,
willpower. I don't have willpower. I just
no,
love it so much.
you, I think Adrian, the difference is you haven't run into the right person
Oh goodness!
that
So you know me
fulfills
something.
everything. Hold on, that fulfills
All right.
everything that desire is, right? So if you found the right person who fit that desire properly, you wouldn't have that problem of cheating.
No, it's not.
But also how he treats you is
Because
very
every person I'm
different,
with is the
right?
right person for the time. When I'm with that person,
Well,
I'm with the
okay.
right person,
Well,
baby.
there's
Oh, I
there's
love them
but
so much. I
what
love so
you
much
do is
until
not.
somebody else
Well,
passes my
hold
by. I'm
on.
like, oh hi.
But remember, what you're doing is being single and doing what you do is very different.
Right,
That's
and
not
that's the reason
cheating.
why I chose. That's why because a lot of time that's why I chose to be like with those boundaries like you was talking about before. So that's why I always like now as an
No.
adult, as I matured, I have understand that instead of trying to fit that ball, like let me just be single, so that way I cannot be considered a cheater if I'm single and I'm dating a bunch
And I
of
can
people.
agree. I can agree with that.
Then I'm not cheating. You know what I mean? So even
You're
though
honest and
people
open
still
about
think I'm
everything.
cheating, even though I make it clear with them, like I date other people, and then you know, and I have conversations about it, and they go, oh well, I don't want to hear about the other men. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you about the other men. And then when they find out that I do go on, they be like, oh, I didn't think you were seeing other people anymore. And I'm like, no, I wasn't.
But I was honest. I told you everything.
Right, and then all of a sudden now I'm a cheater, and I'm like, how was I cheating? I told you I was single.
We weren't committed, sucker.
Yeah, I know
and that falls on to them because they chose not to listen. Remember,
really
we've
does.
talked about before active listening, right? A lot of men, and I'm just going to be honest, especially on this app that I have seen, the word active listening is not in their vocabulary. We don't understand how the words listen to learn versus listen to respond work.
Or they might just be hearing and not really listening.
Because sometimes I think that we
That's
want.
why
I know that I've done
listen
it
to
when I was
respond
younger
and not
too.
listen to learn.
Sometimes we just want something so bad that now we're not listening, or we're not even listening to ourselves because we just want that person. So
no music.
Well, yeah, that's a physical.
No, I don't know.
I just think that they want something so
bad. That's good.
Right, and I think that because you might fit that checkbox of oh, she looks good, oh, she had she knows how to cook, so sometimes we ignore or we try to ignore the bad in that person because we just want that person so bad because of the checklist, job applications.
Yeah, ignoring your common sense when your common sense is screaming at you to walk away.
Yeah, but we ignore our common sense. We ignore sometimes.
Like somebody in that big box that we know that keeps talking to the same guy who keeps saying that he's going to show up in Florida but never does show up in Florida. We've seen that multiple times.
I mean, yes, a lot of times.
That guy, I don't know I don't know what that guy's deal is, but I'm just saying, that guy's not all there. I'm just saying on that.
No, it is. Well, I honestly think I'm just gonna start going on that damn dating app again and just pretending and lying.
I told you not do that one. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I told you.
I'm bored.
Just stop trying to. No, stop trying. Okay, but this is the part where I'm trying to tell you. Stop trying to do the relationship thing and find somebody on an app. It's not going to work for you. What you need to do is
your
just be
favorite app
happy
should
with
be
being
Tinder.
single. You should be happy with being single and go out and do the events for singles. And that way you're doing. No, listen. You can probably get that. That's free. That's so free. People will give that to you. People are giving to you. You need to be careful because people is giving out other things with it.
They want the relationship. They want the marriage. They want the future. It's weird. I've been doing this single shit for the last 3-4 years, and I keep on getting into the same. They keep what they say. They want the sex and smecks, and then
I think Charles just said
you
just need to do what Charles just said. You need to just go on and get on the Tinder thing because I think the Tinder thing is for that. For the Tinder.
Yeah, go on and look for these thirsty 30, and you'll be all right.
What'd you say?
Yeah, go get a youngin.
I said go get you a thirsty 30 because that's all they want to do is drop right.
I honestly, I understand that, but it's like I can't
have a mature conversation, Yeah, then she can't have a mature conversation with a meter, so.
Is have a little bottle, get you a thirsty 30, tell them to come over and check your blinds out, and they'll be gone before the night's up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I still got I don't know. I'm honestly.
All right, here's a question. Hold on, Adrian. I gotta ask you something. Is your back door open, slide open, or swing open?
I don't know what back door you're talking.
Okay, the back door. Hold on. Let me clarify my question before we go into that sideways conversation.
My mind is always
the back door on your. Hold on. I hear you. I got you. I copy that. Now, the question was referring to the back door on your house itself. Does it slide or does it swing open? Okay, good deal. So do me a favor. When you bring them thirsty 30s in, make sure that damn door's already cracked open so they can slide it easy when they get walking out the damn back door.
I don't know, because then I can't, because the man coming over here.
Yeah. Don't do that because then they'll be hounding you, stalking you. Don't do that.
No. I'll meet you somewhere.
Yeah, take us
In
down
my
on the
car.
beach. Yeah.
I'll meet. I'm not even picking your ass up because that means I gotta drop you off. I will meet you somewhere. I will meet you somewhere. It's like
Have you ever done the speed dating thing? You ever tried that deal?
Yeah, but
Where
again,
you
a
go
lot
to
of
the
people
speed
think the
dating
dating
thing?
of a purpose. A lot of people with the dating
Oh yeah,
word
okay,
is
that's
more
true.
like I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for a woman to take care of me. Thank you, Bristol. They're looking for a few. A lot of people don't see dating the way that me and Sony think of.
We just need to get you into the BDSM lifestyle, and you'll be fine. You'll be
You
able
know
to have
what
all the
app?
fun you want.
Did you
You
say the
know what
medium
app?
lifestyle? You said medium?
Charles is the
BDSM lifestyle.
BDSM lifestyle.
You know
We
what
just got
app
to
you
get her
should
in that
try?
BDSM. There's lots of people in that lifestyle that will have lots of fun with her. That she won't ever have to worry about that relationship shit.
Really, I need to go. All right,
Absolutely.
so
And they
can I
won't bring
Google
you. And
that?
they won't bring you shit. They won't be able to get to you. They won't bring you something that you can't wipe off in the morning either.
Ew. Come
Ugh,
on,
that sounds so
Charles.
gross, man.
Ew.
That's the other
I don't
part of
think
being
about
single.
that.
You got to be careful of that
I was
shit
there
too.
before
Just
him.
saying.
Why does it gotta be so difficult? Okay, so Charles, in the woman that you are dating, because I do gotta get all soon, because I do gotta go to my doctor's appointment. Charles, in the woman that you are courting,
Hopefully you're feeling better.
is she, huh?
Hopefully you feel better.
No, it's. I think it make iron infusions. I gotta go.
Oh, the iron shot. Got you.
It never makes me feel better anyway. So I don't. I'm glad to. Anyway, so in the woman that you are with right now, does she fit those qualities that you look for? Those
Yes,
non-negotiables?
very much so.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
I
She has a
love
lot of other qualities that are even more attributable that I sit back and pretty in awe of every day.
So it goes beyond even those qualities.
Yeah, so she definitely goes quite a bit above and beyond on that.
I love
Yes.
that. I
And,
love that, Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she really fits me as well with the power couple side of things because
Oh,
she
I love
has
power
a lot of
couple.
that. Well, she has that independence and those things like I like and stuff like that, where she can stand and I can stand, and she has her career, so I'm working on my career, but we mold that together to things like that. So as we're talking, we're definitely yes, I definitely like it is definitely
That was one of my
working out pretty
non-negotiables
well.
as
Yes,
well. My non-negotiable is independent, and
yeah, you
I
do have
like
to.
an independent person. I don't want to have to sit there like you do your own thing. You know what I mean? So you're
Yeah.
not relying on me for your entertainment. You're not relying on me to encourage you. You're not relying on me
Well,
to build
you
you
still
up.
want to encourage your partner, even though you are
But you're not
independent, right?
relying
But
on it. Like there's some
yeah, you're not
men that
exactly. That's very
need
true.
that
Yes, that's
that
very true.
constant
Yeah.
encouragement of you're doing a
Mhm.
great job. Oh, you look handsome today. Or there's some men that need
That's
that.
their love language. That's their love language, though. 'Cause some
Isn't
people
it
Yeah.
love language to me? To me,
You know it is.
sure.
It's like
Yeah,
words of
it is.
affirmations.
Words
It's
of
like their
affirmation is the
encouragement.
love language. Yeah.
That's for
As
some
it,
people they
remember,
need it.
you have to remember though, Adrian, there are some men who are not competent enough, do
Well,
not have that
that's my
confidence level
non-negotiable. If
that
you ain't
does
got no
that
fucking confidence,
to
then
be
you
able
don't
to
need to
do.
be with me.
Well, that's
No, I
true,
don't
but a
want
lot
confidence.
of, but
I'm
a lot,
happy enough
yes, I was
both
gonna
ways.
say there's a difference between being cocky and confident, right? But again, um, uh, there are men out there who have gone through situations throughout their lives that have destroyed their confidence level. Now remember that
Yeah.
they need they
I want
need
that.
that
Yep, I've
affirmation
been
so
there.
that they know that they're doing
You
right
still do,
for
Jess.
you right now. But that's my point:
A
is
lot of
there are
times.
men like that. But again, it all comes down to confidence. They have to build their confidence level up to understand that. But a lot of people, here's the big problem, and I'll say this real quick. I know you said you got to go to the doctor. A lot of people, the problem is they build their confidence on other people. They don't
Yes.
build their self confidence
Validation.
on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when you build your confidence on yourself and what you know and what you have accomplished in your life, you don't have to worry about other people being validating you. You can validate yourself in your
That
own
part.
confidence and build your own confidence level. So that's a lot of problems I think that people have nowadays too. So
Right.
That's
And
kind of a turn off. That's a turn off right there. Like
it's
like
a turn
you
off
just
for me
saying.
too. Right.
Because if you
and
if you got to always constantly be mindful of doing it, because if you don't do it, then now your
Right.
feelings is hurt, and oh well, I do
Exactly.
this, and it's just
And
too
then they
much.
take
That's
it
a lot of
personal.
work.
And they think,
yeah,
oh, you
and,
don't
and
like me anymore. What's going on? You must be cheating.
Yeah, you're not
on me.
calling me.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
you're
I'm
not
having a bad
happy.
day. I'm tired. I don't feel like stroking your fucking ego. Why couldn't it just be that? I'm just tired.
Yep, and a lot of people also look at especially when it comes to women, as independence is a bad thing. Independence in a woman is actually a very good thing, and you've heard me say it before. Independence in a woman is a superpower because if a woman is independent, that means that I can say, if something happens to me,
You're gonna
I
be
know for
good.
a fact that she is going to have us carrying through, and we are going to be able. That's why we walk side by side in everything we do,
Yep.
right? And that's
Oh
part of how
yeah.
you build a power couple. When it comes to my side of those things, or my career, or my investments, or all those kinds of things, and then when she has those things and she knows what she's doing, and she's confident enough and independent enough to be able to independently operate, if something happens to me, I know everything is going to be okay, right?
Yep.
And
When
that's
you're weak, then she
important.
can be strong, and vice versa.
Exactly. And then vice versa when she needs it, I could do the same for her. And I really like that
Exactly.
that's why a lot of people misconstrue this idea of independence. And well,
I had a man
you
tell me the other day, Charles. He told me that he said, "Why don't you just admit that your ex did a number on you, and so that I could come and heal you?" I thought that shit
what?
was so weird.
That's some fucking
Wow.
weird shit. Oh,
Yeah, that's dangerous right
so
there.
that's actually hold on. That is actually a complex that that some men have, and it's what is it called?
They want to
It's
control you.
Yep,
no, no,
that's
no. It's
dangerous.
not control. It is a knight in shining armor
Knight in
complex, I
shining
believe is what it's
armor type
called.
of thing,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
definitely,
all
definitely
they
was a
do is
wrong
look for
angle.
hurt
It's the
women
same guy who
because
said he
you
wanted
hurt
to get
women.
me pregnant too, by the way.
Nightingale.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was
But at
obviously
the
a
same
conversation I
time,
wasn't
Charles,
involved
he
in.
also told me that he said he was proud of me because I've been talking to him on and off for a couple of years now. And he was also proud of me that I have been able to be single this whole entire time and that I didn't need, that I'm very happy being single. So he admired
Well,
that about me as well. That
there's
like,
nothing
Adrian,
wrong
you've
being
been
proud to
doing
be
it on your
for that.
own for all these years, and you didn't need a man to make you happy. You're very self sufficient and doing it on your own, and you're okay with that. So he admired that about me, but it still was like. But then to me, it was like, well, I don't want your needy. Like to me, it was just like that's the most like I'm okay. Like with you, we can
Well,
be
and
friends.
so that part of it, being proud of someone because they have been able to accomplish what they've accomplished, is a good thing. I like that
Yeah,
part. But
I
the
like it
rest
too.
of that yeah, I need you
He
to
was
be
being. I
broken
mean, he
so I
was
can
being
fix
honest. It wasn't
you,
the first man
and
who
then
ever
I want
told
to
me
put a
that, though.
baby in you right away.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
about all
that's
that.
because
So
I
it's
have
I
what
gotta
happens is
call
when
my
I
job
meet
because we
people.
were supposed to be here at 7 o'clock this morning. We talked to your boss yesterday.
Uh
You
oh.
talking about stuff?
Except you
no, he's talking to somebody
Yeah.
else around him, I guess.
some work stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just saying,
Yeah.
will
So, but
you mute
a
while
man
you're
have
talking
told
to
me that
Quincy?
before. I have heard that because
Okay.
usually what happens is I get friend zoned, right? So a lot of times, I start off
I
smashing
love
with
that
them,
term.
become really good friends, and now we become friends. And then I always will ask them, like, how come we never? Because we have great chemistry, we're laughing, we're joking, we're doing all these things. And a lot of times the answers that I get is, because I know a lot of men since I was a teenager. One of them that had came in my life earlier, and it was like, and to me it's just because they can't, Adrian, not easily to manipulate. I heard that before too. I thought that shit was weird too. Like, why would you
A
want to
lot of
manipulate somebody?
there are men who do not have the confidence level to be able to handle things like you said. We were talking about independence and things like that. So they use the manipulation tactics to be able to manhandle. I like to use the term
I like to
manhandle
be
more than
manhandled,
anything, right?
though,
But it's not
Charles.
that kind of manhandling, Adrian. I know what you're. Hold on, there's a different kind of manhandling. Now remember, but they like to manhandle or manipulate women so that they can have that simple control, so they don't have to worry about having confidence in themselves,
Mm,
so that
Yep.
they can use it's a balancing act, right? So that they
right.
can play the game without having to
Not with
play the
you.
game type of thing. Now we talked about earlier about being a seeker or follower, right? Basically, was what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Hide and
And now
seek.
there's a big difference between a seeker or what's called a leader, a proper leader, and a follower. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Most men are followers at the end of the day if they're not taught how to be a leader correctly. And that's the other thing. A lot of people, how we talk to each other, how we have a conversation with each other, things of that nature. Have you noticed that I am not having any issues or from falling out or whatever all the words are, crashing out, or all those different things that we talk about every time we talk, right? For some reason, we can have a simple conversation and never have any of those problems. Why is that? Because I have a confidence level that makes it simple. I don't have to have all that manipulation and all that other bullshit and way of being able to do that,
Right.
right? But I don't need to control a woman. I don't have to control my partner. I have to, like I said earlier, I have to have a woman who is independent. She has to be able to handle her own shit so that I can handle my shit. And then at the end of the day, if something happens to me, it can happen. Right? That's a powerful thing when the two of you can do that side by side.
It
But
really
a
is.
lot of
Really a
men
lot
are
to have to.
intimidated
That's a
by
lot
it.
of shit to have to handle.
Right.
But it is, and that's the key. But you both have to be able to handle it on your own, right?
That
That's,
part.
you know,
And Adrian, what I
but
told you
again,
earlier, Adrian, when I was saying to you earlier, a lot of times the guys are not going for you because they go for the weaker side. When you said, okay, well, it's just that they're the weaker link, so that's why they go with them. It's not that it's something wrong with you. It's just that it's easier for them to just function with them because they don't have to be accountable for those things
because
that
it's
you will hold them
simple-minded.
accountable for.
No, I
There you go.
definitely know what
Simple-minded,
definitely know
yeah,
what
not.
All right, let me get Kenster in here. Kenster, do you know you're in the box?
Yeah, I've been just sitting and listening.
Can I see your handsome face?
No,
I can. Oh,
You ain't getting me to turn my camera on this goddamn early. Just saying.
All right. Well, we already woke up. We'll be having
I just woke up.
we know. Good morning,
wait a minute,
Kenster.
why did Ken say no?
I don't know, because the other day I called him on a live early in the morning. He was naked and he
I
looked
don't
so
see the
damn
rest of
handsome.
the. I don't see.
He was what?
I don't see the
He
rest
was
of
in it.
the.
He was naked and handsome, evidently.
He was naked. Yeah, he was. He was laying on his bed. He was like,
Naked and afraid.
chest was showing.
That's a good show, by the way. I like that show.
That was you right?
Naked and Afraid. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a fresh fox in the forest.
oh, look at this. Thank you, Scary Harry. Look at it.
Oh,
Now picture
yeah.
that
Well,
with
he
no
ain't
shirt
naked
on.
today.
Now picture that with no shirt on.
Nah, I gotta see the abs in order to.
All right, take the shirt off. Take the shirt off. No.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. He might offend me. He might offend the men.
Yeah, close your eyes.
I don't want the men to be
No, he's-
offended.
Charles and Josh should be used to it.
hold
I'm
on.
always thirst
I
trapping
was
the men
gonna
out
say,
there.
the difference again. Remember, we talked about confidence level. I have a confidence level that I can actually say that he is a very attractive man.
Aw, thank
And
you,
I like
Charles.
that.
Absolutely.
Kenster wants to hear that shit. But thank you, Charles.
I'm saying,
looking
that's how
good,
you
young
gotta
man.
do it.
Looking good.
You gotta pass that on, like for real. That
I
man
love it.
vibe
That's
is like no
confidence,
disrespect.
honestly. That
Yes,
really is
exactly.
confidence.
Nope. And
I don't have a problem with
And
telling
at the
a
end
woman
of
if
the-
she's attractive or she's not attractive. It's not that I'm coming on to you and I'm not hating on you.
Let me just say this.
Absolutely. Okay, go ahead, Kenster. Go ahead, talk because I gotta go. Back.
Because my man said that more men need to do that because it's kind of our job to empower and encourage each other. Women do it all the time. Men don't want to give compliments like that.
Yeah, because it's
They might be like, your shoes are nice, your haircut is good, bro. Where you get your haircut at or something, but they won't say, oh, you look attractive.
And also, June is also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Also, I'll point that out.
Amen.
Everybody. So think about it. I mean, it's Pride Month as well, so I just want to point that out.
Oh, well, thank you,
It's Pride
Charles, for
Month, so we'll
pointing that out.
yeah.
Why did they
Put
mix
it
the
up,
alphabet? Why did they mix the alphabet up with the LBQP elemental P with us, the men's mental health?
Oh, I guess it has to
Well,
do with the same.
because there's so many,
I don't know.
there's only 12 months in a year, and there's so many different things they want to recognize, right? So they end up putting multiple things on the same month, and I don't mind that. I mean, Pride Month is fine, but I also want to I always ask this. I say, please put the same energy into men's mental health that you do in Pride Month.
Amen.
That's what I usually ask
Thank
people.
you, and please be careful in these TikTok streets.
That's
For
right.
real. And I don't think it should just be 1 month. I think it should be forever. You always
yeah.
got to make sure you be mindful.
That's like Black
of
History
the
Month.
things.
It should be all year round.
I agree.
It shouldn't just be 1 month. Okay, so Kenster, answer my question.
What's up, man?
Oh, I like when you call me baby. Answer my. I love when a man calls me baby.
Sorry.
No, I'd rather be called baby than queen. I don't like being called queen. I like being called baby. Do you have any non-negotiables? 'Cause I'm not going through my monologue again.
Those things that
Yeah,
you're
Charles will
looking
call her out.
for in a woman. I will.
So okay. So I was thinking of so So I was thinking. Okay, you really gotta think that hard.
The
that's a
things
lot
that
of
you look
thinking.
for in a woman that are very specific, that are
Let me give you an
required.
example, right? So we were talking about independence, right? We want you have to be an independent person. You shouldn't need me for anything. You shouldn't need me to boost your ego. You shouldn't need me for financial. You need me to help you build you up. Sony was saying, like, doesn't smoke. She has allergies. That's a non-negotiable. Charles was saying, just was saying, she has to be humble, which I hate that word humble for you to say. But Charles was saying that she has to family is a priority. How she treats her children has to be. Those are non-negotiables. So, do you have any non-negotiables? Go ahead.
I do. I actually do. Since you said that, I'm sitting thinking of it. So, if somebody that's unwilling to communicate.
Unwilling or just not communicating properly?
Right.
Unwilling if there's a problem and you're not willing to discuss it.
Well, maybe. Okay. But
Do
maybe
they know it's a problem?
Right?
Okay.
I was saying, do they know that it's a problem?
Right.
What she's asking is, are you communicating to them that the problem, that their communication is off?
This is an issue that's already been 86. I'm just saying. That's a done data with that.
A dun dada super cat. Okay, so man, not everybody knows how to communicate though, right?
Correct.
So I would think it'd be more of the person needs to know how to communicate. It's not about being willing to communicate. You just have to know how to communicate. Because a lot of people, depending on how you, like, I was raised to use your words, right? With children. If you see a child having a temper tantrum and you don't know if they're hungry, you don't know if they're tired, you don't know if because they don't know how to communicate yet to say, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I need, so they don't know how to communicate. So as adults, sometimes we don't know how to communicate how we're actually feeling.
Well,
right? So I guess that would have to do with you saying, Sony, being mature, right? So with maturity,
yes.
You could be an adult. You could be 49 years old and still not have the maturity of knowing how to communicate.
Because it's okay if you're upset about something, but if a person doesn't know that you're upset, then they're going to ignore your feelings, and then you're going to feel some kind of way about that. But if you're mature enough to just express yourself properly, then you can say, you know what, I'm upset. Right now, it's not a good time to talk. Let me just get a moment to get myself together. Right. And the other person had to be mature enough to say, you know what, you're right. So that we don't argue, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to give you an hour. I'm going to give you a day, whatever it is. But agree on it so that you're not just feeling like, oh, you just ignore me all day, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people can get into their feelings about it. But if you're mature enough, you know that right now is not a good time because I'm going to say the wrong thing or we're going to go off and then we're not going to be able to rekindle whatever the problem was, as opposed to just being mature enough to say, you know what, this is not a good time to talk about this, or I'm feeling really deeply in my emotions and I'm not going to say the right thing. So let me just get a minute.
And because I'm like that too, because like I got a lot of energy at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I could communicate my ass off, but by 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm tired of talking for the last 12 hours. I just need some quiet time. So it's not something. So you might come home from work and you want to communicate, and I'm like, I'm tired of fucking talking. So it's like, so I think what?
Adrian, tell me when there's been a time that you've been tired of talking.
Shit, crash me a fork. I'm an evil bitch. No, I'm for real. Like when I'm tired, there's 3 things that make me evil: tired, hungry, and not getting some penis. And those are the 3 things that will get me in a bad mood.
Those
That's
are
me communicating to my person. If you see me in a mood, it's probably because of those 3 fucking things.
So you want one of those things slapped in your mouth?
That will always get me.
I'm just saying.
Shut me up. Yes.
I mean, it really will.
Absolutely. Okay, so go on with your 2 other things, Kenster.
Really, that's really it. The communication, and then like it's kind of like I know the thing. One thing I'm finding, out here now, you gotta be willing to meet people where they are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Explain what you mean, please.
There's trauma, past relationships, what the other person didn't do, what they expect, all this kind of stuff. You have to have a willingness of flexibility, I would say.
Why?
Well, because I might want to put your legs behind your head or something.
Shit, well, why can't you just?
Damn.
Why you can't just do that then? Who the fuck cares about my past trauma? Why you can't just? What does one thing got to do with the other?
I think he said pressed, like your press trauma, like how much pressure can you take? I'm sorry.
I'm being funny. Just really being able to meet people where they are.
Okay, and the Charles wanted an explanation of that. So to me, I feel like
let me give you an explanation or an example.
Just clarification so we understand.
Clarification, right? So, my name is Ken. So I meet women. They say, "Oh, Ken, da 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 da," and then they be like, "Oh, you."
How many Barbies do you meet? No, just kidding. I'm sorry. I tried to do that.
Me and Sony could be your Barbies.
There you go. There you go.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they'd be like, "Oh, you look nice," or this, that. I bet you look nice and this, that, and the other. I don't like that when you be saying, now you looking at me like, "Oh, I bet you would." I mean, what's wrong with what I got on?
What?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to clarify that a little bit. Hold on. I need you to explain a little bit better than what you did on that for me because I did not completely understand what you meant specifically. So when you say that you're wanting them to meet you where you are you saying you want them to take you as you are and not try and change you? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make that'd be that.
Yeah, because who wants somebody to change? Yeah, you don't want nobody there. You like me for me, and this is who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, but how many times have you heard females say, "Oh, potential"? So when they spit in that word at you, potential, that means they're not taking you at your current state. They're taking you at what they envision you can be.
Well, okay, so that is true, and I agree to a point with you on that. But also, I agree to a point that every human being needs to have potential, and they need to have motivation and drive, right? And of course, that's me. I am different than a lot of other people, but you do want to have motivation. You do want to have drive. You do want to have that potential to seek and continue further. But you're not dating for potential. I don't like the way that they use the idea of dating for potential because if you date for potential, and then all you're doing is hoping for something better later on from that person. And like Adrian was saying, I think at the end of the day, the goal is you like them for who they are, you like them for what they do. Again, someone can be work at Burger King and aspire to be a manager at Burger King. They're still a good person. If they're still respectful, they're all those kind of things. They're still good people, right? They don't have to be a billionaire or a millionaire and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway,
like, can we grow together? Can we grow together?
Exactly.
Okay, do you want to grow together? I don't want to grow together with nobody.
I'm already grown. Like I'm already set up.
Because if they start growing in the bedroom that morning, you're going to jump right on top of that damn thing because it's already growing.
Oh, well,
So you're growing together.
It's
because it works for you. There you go. So you're growing together. How about that?
But, okay, so let's go back to what Kenster was saying, though, because, I think that's kind of wild. That this growing, I don't know. I can't believe that's a deal breaker. It is a deal breaker because to me, I just can't see myself. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing to say, "Oh, I think you will look good," especially if we're going out together. And I would think, I would want you to match my swag, right? So I want you to wear a nice white shirt or white, I don't think that's a bad thing for me to say what I would think that you would look good in, right? You think
Well, again, remember he was referencing. Remember when we got clarification. He was clarifying as a person, or not so much as clothing, right? He used that as an example. His clothing was an example,
right.
But he was actually clarifying it as who he is as a person. Don't try and change me as a person versus a clothing. Yeah, right. And there's nothing wrong. If just like you, right? In that situation now, you like to date and you like to be single and you like to be able to have a lot of fun. Right. How rude or how disrespectful would it be for me to come in and say, I want to have a relationship with you, but I need you to not be single and not see a bunch of other people anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
See how
that sounds like
that's
a
not
deal
okay.
breaker for her.
So you have to be able to do that.
Someone has to accept me for who I am.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
times,
So that's the part right there that you were just saying earlier, Adrian. You
Right.
want to be who you are. You don't want to be in a committed relationship. You just want somebody that you can hang out with sometimes, enjoy their company, and then more than anything, whether it's them or someone else, you want to get your back blown out whenever you want and not be a problem for anybody else. And if that person has a problem, then they should not be in that circle of yours in that relationship, right?
Yeah, exactly. They need to not look for you to be a different type of person, because if they try and mold you to be different, they're
I
going
want
to
to be
ruin your
me, and they wouldn't
spirit.
like me.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why I made a video. Believe it or not, I said don't ruin their spirit, because that's important, right?
Yeah, I
If you
love
try and
you.
change somebody, you're ruining their spirit.
Absolutely. So the Kenster, going back to, hey Kiki, and thank you for calling me princess. You know, this is what I like. Okay, so so my thing was talking about hiding and seeking, right? So some people are like, when we play the game hide and seek, some people are like to hide, and some people like to be the seeker, right? So you, when you actually Google the word seeking, it means you have to go after it. You have to actively look for what you're seeking. So in those non-negotiables that you have, are you actively seeking those non-negotiables? Are you hiding and just waiting for those things to come to you? Ken?
Is that for me?
Yeah, it's for you, baby, because you're the
Your
last.
microphone is really your microphone is really muffled.
I do have an appointment. Shut up, music.
I'm sorry. What about now?
Better.
You wasn't paying attention. You were just looking at my.
There you
I
go.
was. You said you couldn't hear me. I'm trying to turn the phone up.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's because
perfect.
he's so far from the phone. Do you have a Bluetooth on?
No, the phone's right by my face.
Yeah, we can hear,
You know what
we
my
can hear you
negotiable
better
men
now.
who are grumpy early in the morning.
I'm not grumpy. I just like my coffee. Damn it.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. Hold on. You are too funny. Hold on. Let me come back on this camera.
Yeah, come in the camera, because you know I'm a sucker for a handsome man. That would shut me up real quick. Honestly, a handsome man.
I'm good with the belly. Let me see the belly. Oh, I'm sorry.
He got a nice body. He got a nice body. He plays golf. He plays golf. He's in Florida too, Sunni. He's actually more closer to you.
Like you got to see the belly.
No, you're gonna be handsome. Okay, so all right, hurry up and answer my question, because I gotta go to my doctor's appointment. And Callie, I do wanna and Sunni, maybe are you gonna be in town?
I'm probably gonna be in your area.
Well, I'm planning to be in Orlando the last weekend of June.
Oh well, yeah, I don't know about that. You know,
Okay.
my weeks is crazy, so I can't tell you.
All right, well,
I can
you
tell
let
the
me
next
know,
couple of
because
days.
Kylie's gonna be there the 26th. I knew she knew what I was talking about. So I'm planning to be in Orlando on the 26th. So Callie, I want to talk to you about that. Not now.
John is there now.
I'm sorry. Say it again, Sunni.
John is there now.
And I think he's in Fort Lauderdale. He's in Fort Lauderdale. I think he's actually back already. I think he's already back. All right, Kenster, but Kenster's in Jacksonville. Okay, Kenster, and Hayden, I see you coming in. I know I can't wait either. Okay, so what was the question? You would remember the question? What? Okay, are you a hider or are you a seeker?
Probably a hider, I guess. That
I love
analogy.
that you admitted that.
Sorry?
I love that you admitted it, because a lot of men were saying that they were seekers, and then when we asked them questions, they were really hiders.
I'm more of a hider, I guess. Yeah.
So you want this person with their non-negotiables to go find you.
I'll be totally honest with you, man. I'm on this new diet called peace and quiet. I don't need nothing.
Can I get a slice?
Yep.
Can I get a slice? Can I get a slice of peace, please?
Let's
I
try
get
it.
that. No, I understand that. I understand that. Peace and quiet is an amazing thing.
It is.
You feel like you have to be in a relationship. I understand that. Peace and quiet is an amazing thing. AJ,
There's a bad echo on that one.
it's AJ. I don't know if he knows. You know you in the box?
Why you got me in the big box? Why you got me in the big box?
Not because you're handsome. You know you're in the box.
Yeah, I know I'm up there. I just
Because you're the only man who's on the camera right now, so she's going to leave you in the big box.
Is that Charles? Hold on. Who's echoing? Hello?
Most loved is echoing. It probably needs to either drop
I don't
or
know,
he
but I
has a
want to see his
Bluetooth
handsome
or
face.
something like that.
All right, so, all right, I understand that, right? So, all right, so does that mean you're not going to date at all because you feel like you can't get peace and quiet? Because I get it. That's the reason why I don't want a relationship. Because I like my
No, right now, I'm just enjoying
being single.
Yep, enjoying being single.
I love that.
People. And then the thing that's weird about here in Jacksonville, every now and again, like, why are you out by yourself? I'm like, why do I need to be out with somebody?
I love being out by myself. Me and Sunni was just talking about that.
Exactly.
We ourselves. We love being by ourselves.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I go to
Me
the
too.
beach and I'm minding my business. I ain't gotta worry about nobody. Like, what you looking at? Why they staring at you? Blah blah. Look, I ain't got no time for that.
I wish a motherfucker would tell me that shit.
That part, okay?
Damn.
No, you don't.
That's one thing. That's why independence, a confident person, like you have to be confident in yourself because I know I'm going to attract attention. I know what I mean, not my ego, but
That part.
I'm a friendly person. So when I'm outside, hey, how you doing? I'm always smiling at people, waving. I like to have conversation. And if you can't handle me having a conversation with somebody, then I don't need to be around you because and vice versa. And vice versa. Like I need you to be confident in yourself too. I need you to be friendly. Like we were talking about going out to eat with somebody and being kind to other people. And that's what was one of my non-negotiables as well. How you treat other people.
Wait a minute, because now that you say that, that is a deal breaker for me. Somebody that treats somebody like if we're out on a date and just even if I just sit at a table with a female and she's sending drinks back and food, I'm like, I don't even want to. I don't like that.
Wait, I don't understand you. Maybe because you're not in the big box. Say it again.
She just want to see you in that big box.
I know, right?
I think I understand what you're saying, Ken. If you're out with somebody, even regardless to whether you're in a relationship or just hanging out or whatever, you don't want them just sending dudes drinks over and they sitting there with you because then that make you feel some kind of way.
I would too. That's kind of weird.
No.
I don't like to see people mistreat other people.
Right.
So if we're sitting there and the lady took a little longer to bring the drinks. Now she takes the drink. Ooh, what's this? This ain't strong enough when to send it back. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. No, that makes sense. That's how you treat people, right?
Right.
Yeah, no.
It's a polite way to say it, right?
There is you don't have to get an attitude with a person. That's why I think dating is so important to get. Like we could talk on the phone all day long, but you're really not getting to know how I treat other people unless we actually go out on a date. We're not, we have to actually be outside. No, we don't even gotta go to dinner. But even if you're taking a walk at a park and somebody passes by us and you're like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Or good morning. That's important to me. That shows me that you're not flirting with the person. You're just being common. You're being friendly to people. There's nothing wrong with being friendly to people. So I definitely understand what you're saying because that's a big deal for me. And we were talking about that earlier. If you woke up early, you would have known. We were talking about that earlier. About how you treat other people.
That sounds like a shot directly.
It was. Right. Did you feel that? I just felt that whiz by my neck. I was
Excuse
like,
me,
damn.
I believe
I just had to adjust
some of us like sleep more than we like talking on the TikTok. Just saying.
Hold on, Adrian, you are not going to do it like that because I woke up this morning about 4:30, and I'm like, where the fuck is Adrian at with all her?
You're looking for me.
All right, so she said you looking for me.
Oh, you
so
got
are you looking for me? Look at her. Now you got it going. Now she all going. Go get a tissue for your chair.
Kenster's full of shit. Just want you to know. Oh, AJ, where? Oh, he's there. Okay, good. So Kenster's
grab a tissue for your middle girl.
And listen,
She can't even sit still in that chair.
Huh? Hey, Joey.
She can. You see her?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a handsome man, even though he's on my shit list because he's been in Tampa several times and made excuses on why he couldn't see me. So he's definitely on my fucking on my shit list. So but I give him a pass because
Wait a minute. Am I on your shit list or your hit list?
No, you're on my shit list. You're not on my hit list no more. You're on my shit list. You're on my shit list.
HIT is inside of that.
You're my shit. You was on my hit list, but once you fronted on me a couple of times, and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna chase your ass. All right, most lights. Are you there? Cause I do gotta go to the doctors. You there? Do you know you up here, AJ? He might not even know he up here.
Who that? You talking about JusSayin?
No, most likely.
No,
Yeah, I know I'm
Uncle
up
Love's
there.
up there.
Hey, up.
Who that? You talking about JusSayin?
No, most likely.
You got that echo.
You wanna drop and come back up and see if you still got that little going on.
Mute him. I think what's happening is somebody is clicking on someone's pages and then they're forgetting to pull their camera down and it's making it echo.
Yeah, he might have to drop down.
You might
and
have
come
to drop
back.
and come back up. Most likely. I'm calling it AJ because I know that's his name, but that his name is most likely.
He's muted.
Gotcha.
He's already muted.
Yeah, I know. Let me drop him. I'm gonna drop you, baby, and then you come back up. I think that's usually what the problem is. I do gotta go to my doctor's office, but he's a handsome man too. So like I said, I'm a sucker for him.
Wait a minute, who we talking about?
Just like most like the guy that was next to you.
Oh, I didn't, girl. I'm walking. Okay, I'm just walking here. I'm walking here.
Oh, I know. You've been walking for a while.
I told you.
Oh,
What are you trying to show
I'm
us?
walking here.
What are you trying to show us up there? Look, see.
Wait a minute, hold up.
He's
Stop playing.
He's trying to get me to change my mind from being off a shit list. That's what he's
He
trying to do.
He trying to be disrespectful because I can't see. That ain't fair.
He
But
wants
that's
to get
all
off
right.
my shit list. You can actually come here and be in person. You're only 3 hours away. Then you don't have to be. Then you can show me your belly in person.
Wow. She
That
put it out
bullshit.
there. She put it out there.
I've been putting it out there. That's the reason. Because like, how many times do I gotta tell a person that though? You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say it.
It's not too many
You
times.
better go over there and drop that hammer.
Yeah, that's most love's thing. That's
That's
most
most
love.
loved again.
He's broken. He's broken.
He's
Go over there and drop hammer. All that. Man, that was an open invitation.
Callie, maybe you could talk to him. Is he gonna be here on the 26th? Because I know he's part of your crew. I just want to know if he's gonna be here on the 26th. Is he had a girlfriend? He's a very handsome man, but I don't know. You never know people on this damn app. Because I'm thinking, I'm thinking, Kenster, and I want you to be honest with me. Is the reason why? Because I be hearing on the grapevine. Because I'm hearing these TikTok streets, but not
The grapevine.
I be hearing on the grapevine that you have a person, or you had a person, or you've been having a person, and maybe that was the reason why you stood me up all those times.
No. No, I told you the girl. I told you women.
Why is it that I can't see you unless I'm looking at you? Go ahead. Say that again. Say it again. What'd you say? You told me what?
My son is in prison down there by you, and I don't come down there every weekend. I could afford to come down there every weekend, but I'm doing other stuff. So, I mean, when I came down, I told you I was coming. We either didn't come down, or I don't know. But
I'm getting excuses. I get it. I understand. Forget it. So it had nothing to do with a woman. All the excuses. It's just I just wanted you to be honest. It had nothing to do with a woman.
no.
Okay.
No.
When was the last time you was in a relationship?
Well, you know, I was in a social media shit. I was in a social media shit for only 2 years. What are you talking about?
But how long has it been since then?
About 8-9 months.
Okay. All right. So it's what I was thinking, but not what I'm thinking. I get it.
All right, so can I ask you a question, Ken? Since you're single and you may not be looking as you were sounding like you're saying, would you rather be on a dating app to find somebody to not really date to do whatever extracurricular stuff that she's trying to do, or would you rather go to a place where everybody's single but you're not there to meet somebody directly, but indirectly you're doing fun things in some sort of an event and just meeting people and enjoying your company?
Good question. Because, Adrian's been up here a couple times, and she's got good energy. I told her before, I just want to hang out with her, go out, dance, have, drinks or whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to do just like that. Just go hang out and have a good time.
So then what's the problem?
Oh
I'm
shit!
in Jacksonville. You're in wherever the fuck you're at, somewhere
You
you
know
were
what?
in.
I'm gonna buy. Let's put it on the table. No, fuck this bullshit. He bullshitting with you. That's the reason
Dang,
why.
okay.
It's bullshit.
Oh,
She took the
yeah, here
gloves
we go.
off.
Fucking doctor. But
All
listen,
right,
okay.
calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Oh
All right,
no,
so
let her
There
go,
you
let her
go.
go, let her go this time. Go ahead.
So I've known Kenster since I first came on this app. I known him for a very long time, right? And so anyway, so I always thought he was in a relationship until one day I saw him on a live and he told me, I was like, oh, you never Eve? Like, no, I'm not. I was like, oh, okay. So again, I was like, oh, well, next time you in Tampa, hit me up, right? He said, oh, matter of fact, I'm going to a Bucks game, right? I'll be in Tampa. I said,
Bucks.
okay. He said, I'm gonna be tailgating. I said, okay, cool. I said, let me know, right? I said, let me know. So granted, he did let me know. He said he was gonna be like at gate 18. Again, that's not really telling me where the fuck you at, right? But I took a nap, and then when I woke up, it was already the game was about to start, but he had tickets. So I was actually in my car on my way to go to wherever the fuck, I guess somewhere in a parking lot. But I still didn't know exactly where I was meeting him at. And then he was like, well, I actually got tickets and we're going into the game. I said, okay, well, hit me up when the game is over and then I can meet you in that area, right? He never hit me up. Never called me. And I understand maybe he went back to Jacksonville. After the game, they went back to Jacksonville. I found out later on that he ended up hanging out and he did this and he did that. He did all these things, but never called me not one time to meet up with him while he was doing all these things to have fun and laugh and joke and do all the shit that he was just saying. He never hit me up to do that.
This is not true. First of all, how many Tampa Bay games have you been to? How many games have you been to?
You don't like them. So you don't like them.
What I'm asking you is, after the game, fuck, we got to get to our car, get out of traffic. He lives in Parrish. So he's trying to get to Parrish. I don't know where you're at. I told you to come to the game. I told you where we were at. I told you where we were tailgating. You said you couldn't make it. What you doing afterwards? Well, afterwards, we're trying to get away from the game. We're trying to get back to Parrish. So I wasn't like I was blowing you off. Don't say that.
No, that's not what happened. But okay, fine. Let's go. Okay, when you said you didn't know where I was at, right? So when you said, listen, the game, you could have texted me or called me, say, listen, the game is over. My homeboy wants to go back to his house. We're just gonna chill at his crib, right? How far are you away from da 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 da? And then I could have said, oh, I'm only 30 minutes away. I'm an hour away. I could come to you and we could hang out and have fun and have a good time and laugh and joke and da 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 da, right?
Didn't I say I was in Paris?
Now you're telling me. Why didn't you tell me when you was here?
Oh, fuck that. Stop the cap. I know I told you I was in Paris. Fuck that. You ain't gonna tell me.
You was at the game. I didn't tell you after.
No. Even the next morning, Adrian, don't do that.
That was the next morning. And we were already whole day afterwards. Good morning, Enforcer.
In Paris, when I hit you up in the morning, I said, sorry we didn't link up. We came back home. I'm about to head back to Jack. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, but this after the fact, though, Kenster.
Well, no. Here's the fact.
So, and somebody else. Am I wrong?
You did not come to the game. That's what you said.
First of all, I don't got tickets to go to the game, so that doesn't even make any sense, right? I mean, but I was still willing to meet you in a parking lot at the game. So I'm still trying to I'm still trying, right? Because you tell me that you're at a gate. You know how big a fucking parking lot is? Gate 18 is. So I gotta pay for parking. I gotta park my car, and then I gotta individually try to find you in a parking lot, right? So it makes more sense. Even though I was still willing to do that. Because I just wanted to hang out with you, have fun with you, laugh, joke, kiki. Hi, Mike. Thank you for my roses. So I was still willing to do that. So now after the game is over, good morning, Empress. Okay, why in the phone call? The game is over, Adrian. We're gonna go blah 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 blah. No.
We're trying to get out of the stadium, which takes fucking 20-25 minutes. Trying to get to our car in the parking lot. After that, drinking a beer, eating a last of the hamburger before we even leave. But at that point, everybody's leaving. I'm not expecting you to come to the stadium at that point.
Right, you were gonna go back to somebody's house and you were hanging out over there.
Right, in Paris.
So really quick, if I can interject for just a second in the conversation, if you don't mind. One, Adrian, I know now that you need to go to the doctor, so we don't want you to be late for that. If you want to spend time with someone, you will find a way to make time to do so, and I will just point that out because, yeah, just wanted to point that out.
I think so too. I think so too. And that was just the first time. There's other times after that. I just want you to know. That's just the first time. I give him like.
Okay. Now let me put my 2 cents in it.
Okay. Hey, right.
And I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. Adrian, you clearly said you don't want no man. You clearly said you ain't trying to be settled. You clearly said that you don't want no attachments and this, that, and the other, etc. But right now, you sound like you're really drilling him like there was an expectation. And
to have a good time and have fun and laugh and joke and keep.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't show up.
Well, the expectation, Sonia, is the fact that he said one thing and did another.
Right.
If you're going to give your word, or if you're going to say something, you need to say something and do that, right? That is an expectation we all have as human beings for everybody. If you tell me that you want me to do anything for you, or you want me, or you're going to do something for me, you would expect them to accomplish that, right?
Or even a text message after the game saying, hey, we got caught up, we're drinking beer, we're too drunk, and we're just going back to my homeboy's house. I'll catch you another time.
Gotcha. Okay, so Ken, with that being the case scenario, because I was trying to get clarity and just trying to make my point, or just ask the question, did you have that understanding that that's what she wanted, not once, not twice, but how many times you said it was, Adrian? At least 3 times, you're saying?
I don't know, maybe one time I came to the Tampa game. The other time I stayed with my buddy down in Largo. And then I think we stayed in Arcadia. I've been down there and didn't even. I've been down there and didn't even try to call because I know I didn't have time.
All right, whatever. It is what it is. That's the reason why you're in my fucking shit list. I'm not gonna go back and forth.
That's me getting to my point.
Time for things that you want to make time for.
Exactly. Hence why I said what I said.
Yeah, I can't say that. I rode like 5 miles to hang out with a girl one time.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep on doing it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna keep on trying. I'm not gonna keep on trying. So that's
well, I drove 750 miles for one time to hang out with her for a day or two.
I drove 3 hours to go hang out with a dude because he was in Georgia and I'm gonna be in Florida. And I was like, yo, I will meet you halfway. And that was like the Georgia-Florida line. And because I wanted to see that person that bad. So you
that's a good band, by the way.
You make time for things that you want to. If you want to spend time with somebody, you're gonna make time to spend time. Take time to spend time. But I get
you will.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no,
you're not the first one, Kat. You're not gonna be the last, I'm sure.
Please don't lose the princess tears. Don't do it. Don't do it. Right. Put it in the bottle. Put it in the bottle.
All right, Ray. You here? You know you're in the box. I know you, Ray. You don't know you're in the box. So you probably was sitting there tapping and you got yourself in the box because you usually don't come in my box. You don't come in my box. I love saying that.
She just likes saying it.
I just like saying it. That's okay, baby. All right, let me get no, you're not getting anything because you don't know how to behave. All right, so good morning, chocolate. Okay, so before I let you guys go, and tap me up to 10K while you here. Might as well start from a round number. While you up here,
white chocolate.
And Sony, I just want to ask you. I've always remind myself. I think it's so easy for us. I'm leaving Empress, so I'm not gonna let you go. It's so easy for us to think about the bad things. It's very hard for us to focus on the good things, right? So I always try to, in my quiet times in the morning, I always try to focus on the something I'm thankful for that happened the day before, right? So I have to be mindful of it. So I go ahead and I have to write it down. So yes, I want to tell you, this morning it was very hard for me to think of something that I was actually thankful for yesterday. So the two things that I came up with. One was my son had to go to drill. He had to go drive all the way to Jacksonville to go to drill this weekend. So I'm thankful that and that's from Tampa. So I'm thankful that he made it safe to Jacksonville to drill this weekend. And don't laugh at me because I've been having to take this damn colonoscopy colonoscopy test. You got to shit in a fucking bowl. I didn't know you had to do that, and I was having all these. No, I know it was too much information, but I was thankful. Yeah, that was TMI, but I was able to finally get that taken care of because I think I was procrastinating it a lot because I thought it was just so nasty. But I was able to take that test yesterday. So those are two things that I was thankful for. I like to be specific when I talk about things that we were thankful for from the day before. So Sony, name me something that you're thankful for. Something that happened yesterday that you're thankful for.
All right, well, number one, you already know traveling mercies because at the end of the day, flying as much as I did, like, I'm gonna think totally about 8 hours, just no reason. Here, there, flying back and forth was too much for me because y'all, as crazy as it is, been all 50 states and conquering countries now and the whole nine. I cannot stand flying. I really cannot. It's an oxymoron. I love the beach. I can't stand the sand. So excuse my life. So the travel mercies I really appreciate. And then at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that I was able to see my beautiful little baby girl graduate and is now in the process to be a veterinarian. So I'm grateful.
That's going to vet school?
Mommy.
What school is she going to vet school on?
Great job.
She's in her process now. So she just finished. She just graduated from her 4 year. So now she wants to take a little break.
So she's doing the applications into vet school?
Well, I think at this point she already has a job at a vet clinic. So she's going to be under a wing of a doctor, and he's going to teach her a lot of things, and they're paying for her tech stuff. And
I love that.
Yeah, so she's going to do that in the process, so she has the experience.
Is she going to be a vet tech, or is she going to be
No, she wants to be a veterinarian. Yeah, she's going to be a veterinarian. But right now, she's just so she just finished the school, and she's going to take a break. But I'm like, no, we're going to still work. So I think she's going to do like a class or two while she's working. But at the same time, she's under an actual veterinarian's wing to teach her different things so that she can move forward and have the experience.
May I recommend really quickly?
Absolutely. Once you go ahead and go in my DM, I appreciate it.
I will, but I also say it out here: the best vet school in the world is CSU in Colorado. Just saying, I know because I grew up.
You think that's better than? You think that's better than California?
Yes, because the vet school in Colorado in Fort Collins deals with a lot of large animal and small animal, not just a lot more small animal. The Southern California school deals with a lot more small animal, so you have more of a well-rounded. Yeah, well, there is one in Northern California too.
All right, Charles, come on. I didn't go, Charles. We talk about. We'll make that another conversation for another.
Veterinarian stuff. Leave it alone. Veterinarian stuff. That's awesome.
Charles, give me something that you.
That's awesome for you, by the way.
Dad, tell me something you think.
I appreciate you guys letting me up.
No, wait. Before I cancel, then you gotta talk before Charles because Charles is gonna be forever. Go ahead.
I'm thankful that today it marks the 2-year anniversary today that I had a stroke. 2 years ago.
Well, amen.
I love that
you guys still here.
We're here. Is that what it is?
You still here with us?
Another stroke?
No, baby, I ain't got a
stroke.
I'm a herder.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a great thing to be thankful for. You're absolutely right. And we're thankful for that as well. All right. Here, Justin, I'm going to let you go before Charles to let Charles close us out.
All right. Oh, I'm thankful for speaking to my father's father, who I just found like 3 years ago. He's still kicking.
Wow.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Heck yeah.
That is awesome.
No matter what you do, take notes. Do a vlog while you're talking to him, so you have.
Oh yeah, listen. I pick his brain. He was in the war, Vietnam, and all kind of shit.
Amen.
30.
Congratulations.
That's great. Look, I got dirty. How did I get dirty?
I don't have a clue.
Am I gonna have to change my whole outfit?
You don't got time.
No, what did you do?
Hold on, really quick before y'all freak out. Do you have shout stain remover?
I have to fucking put a jacket on.
Hey.
I was going to say, if you have shout stain remover,
get you a short shoulder bag and keep it there.
That ain't gonna work. They ain't gonna work. Either go for the jacket or throw another one on, because you know we always got another one in the closet.
I know, but
all right. So, do you want my answer? By the way,
change the hair thing. it's a fucking
You gotta
process.
switch your
Just-
glasses.
Just
the
put a
whole
jacket
shoe.
on, you'll be all right.
I'm putting
Yeah,
it
put the jacket on. Keep it
All right,
moving.
let's see if it's all right. Now I gotta sit there.
One thing I'll say is, first off, thank you for his service, just saying, for your dad's service or
Yes.
your grandfather's service, I believe. We appreciate him. Adrian,
I
thank
do
you for
too.
your son's service, by the way. We appreciate him as well, because I know you said he was going to drill.
Yes.
He's actually going to Africa in August for a year and a half.
No.
I know, but that's the
Well, we
thing.
can go visit.
Is that what
didn't tell
are
me
they
that.
stationing
When
him
I
in
signed him into
Africa?
it. But you
Are
said,
they
I'm sorry.
stationing him in? Are they stationing him in Africa? You said.
Yeah, he's going to Djibouti. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I keep on telling people that. And like, I don't think you're supposed to tell
Yeah, you
people.
ain't supposed to be telling
I
them.
know.
Well,
I'll tell you, I don't know
if he
shit
is-
about the military. Okay.
If he's standard and going there as a standard
You asking the wrong
deployment,
fucking questions. I
then
have no idea.
then it's not going to be a big deal to be able to say where he is, because if he told you, then he was allowed to tell people, and people will be able to know.
I guess.
It
Yeah,
was
I guess.
probably a standard deployment.
He's gonna tell me I'm a civilian. You're a civilian. All right.
Yeah, it's what I said. If
You've been telling me I
he
was a
just told
civilian
you,
since
then
he was 8
he
years
would
old.
be, because.
All right, so let me ask you something. Okay, so now
No.
keep it yellow
Yes.
or should it
Looks
be white?
pretty. No, stay
No,
yellow.
go back with the yellow.
Okay, I don't know.
What color are your shoes? What color are your shoes? White. Ooh.
White. Stay with the white.
No, put the
No,
yellow. Put the
I'd
yellow
say
glasses
yellow.
back on. Because you got the white
That way
shirt
you
too.
got
There
white,
you go.
yellow, white, yellow.
The yellow.
There you go.
Yep. Boom.
Oh, she was talking about the glasses. I thought she was about to change the jacket.
No.
Good job,
no.
Joe.
No.
Good job, Charles. You can dress me any day because that's how I think.
Absolutely. Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Okay,
it.
let me go. Let me go to work.
All right.
I love you
Wait a
guys.
minute, you
Thank
didn't
so much.
answer my
I don't have to
question.
go to work. Where I'm going?
Come on, I've been going to work. You got an appointment,
I know,
chica.
the doctor's appointment. I'm about to get some blood, some iron in this blood. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't.
You guys have a great, amazing day. Did I get to everybody?
Yeah, you
No.
got everybody,
Okay,
baby.
okay. I love you guys. You guys have a great day. Thank you for joining the live.
I don't let her slide, so I don't have to answer
You
the
probably won't see me live. I'll see you Saturday morning. Thank you so much. No, it's too late. You came late. You should have woke up early, Vessel. I love you
Don't be
guys.
yelling
You guys
at
have a great rest of the day. Get to your destination.
Yelling at
You walk
Vessel in the
safely.
comments.
Sunni, make sure you take it. And
Yes,
just till
baby.
you're working. Charles, you have a great rest of your day as well. Wake up.
Thank
I
you.
love you guys. Thank you again. You make sure you have a great day on purpose because it's so much easier to think about the bad instead of thinking about the good. I love you guys
Amen.
and have a great rest of your day.
Have
All right,
a good
later,
day.
baby. All right, toodles.